Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Weirdly enough, Michael and I had exactly the same vacation time. I didn't
It's crazy.
plan it that way. It's the only vacation I'll take this year, too.
Same.
Probably. Yeah. So, but I'm back from Japan. Figured that was a good time to talk about ninjas. And here we got Destro, of course, designs. We got GI Dave and Roadblock for the first time here.
Yeah.
Woo!
What up? Yeah, what up?
Roadblock's on Michael's show a bunch, right? A few times.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Talk
sure.
about
Yeah.
Shadow Strike, the comics, the figures, and all that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. Yeah. So definitely want to hear a little bit about that. Let's see who's in the chat. Hello, welcome
Ooh.
back. If you
Where is my chat?
missed you all. Lynn Green says no flat booty on this one. Yeah, they didn't do that on this. The Ninja Force Scarlet. It was wise.
Mm.
You don't want a big flat butt. A big butt's good. We all
Listen.
like big butts, right? We cannot lie.
No.
But nobody likes a big flat one. You know?
No, well, if you're caked up, that just means you're gonna kick like with that force. That's what you need. You know, you can't be back there with like women in the 80s. I don't know if you remember, it was all about the boob job, right? In the 80s, the women had no backside, they were skinny as a rail, and they just had these huge bazoombas, and that was the look. I hated it, to be honest, but I love the caked up Scarlet. There's no doubt about that.
You like the caked up Scarlet? The big butt
Well,
Scarlet?
well, hold on. I like that she's caked up. I don't think I like the set. Shebang Scarlet's not. That's not really.
The new one is good. Yeah, I was talking
right.
the original one. Yeah.
Cool.
She's normally caked, I think, right? So let's see. Serpenter's Lair asks, is TG Bang like? I think it's like to Jabang, like the guy, like somebody else mentions the dude from whatchamacallit, to bang, she moves, whatever it is.
Now, Complete Carnage made a post earlier, it was Michael Munn made a post earlier, and he used that. It was Shebang, and it was the oh baby when he moves, and it was a picture of Shebang and Scarlet. I thought that was quite creative, and I laughed quite hard. So.
I still don't know how to say it, but whatever.
Yeah, Brandon's saying there's too many ninjas. Storm Shadow's a ninja. Jinx, yeah. Nunchuck, no, Nunchuck's all right. Snake Eyes, no. Snake Eyes is a ninja, yeah. But not everybody's a ninja, yeah. And somebody brings up here, is Scarlet a ninja here? And I think it's not just because you have martial arts training doesn't make you a ninja, right? Like you got to have it's a specific gig to be a ninja. Although realistically, it's all shit that was kind of made up in the 80s. That is no real bearing to what an actual ninja is, or very little bearing to what an actual ninja is. So,
It's a thin line to be a ninja. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all seen American Ninja so many times, it just kind of bled into it.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's just we all said.
Yeah.
The 80s were just, I think we've touched on this a little bit now and again, that the 80s were rife with ninjas everywhere. Like it was, it was, who was I talking? I don't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I was like, there was something to the idea that like kids today growing up, they've got some anyway, have like access to Google, so they can call bullshit on things, right? They can be like, can ninjas climb walls? Can ninjas disappear? And we didn't in the 80s, so we saw it's like we this Asian mysticism, right? Shit was real.
It was real.
And then dudes like Steven Seagal fucked it up and everything. He tried, doing those flop videos with the guys just throwing themselves in it. But growing up in the 80s as a kid, man, ninjas were the shit. They were awesome. Like I was a ninja 7 out of 9 years in a row. Something like from 4.
Everybody, yeah.
From 4 to 13. Right. I'm trying to think. 4 through 13. I definitely remember there was like 2 years that I wasn't a ninja. And I think 1 year I think I tried to be Shockwave 1 year, and I can't remember, but it was 7 out of 9 years. I was all masked up, swords, katanas, maybe a little Uzi Snake Eye style or whatever. But yeah, man, ninjas are shit.
Then once you hit that 15 and you shouldn't be out anymore, that's when you do the ninja, because now nobody can tell, They're like,
That's right. That's right.
Candy, looking at you strange, like
for us, the ninjas were more for Devil's Night.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And like also too, they had like that magazine. Remember? I think it was just called Ninja. and it was like a monthly magazine or whatever, and you could order nunchucks and stars. Every time you went to a county fair, right next to the handcuffs were the ninja stars. The place that I grew up vacationing, like 45 minutes north of me, is Lake George. It's just like a vacation spot, like in the Adirondacks. And like, you know, like every place they have this strip store where there's shit to buy for kids, you know, inexpensive toys or whatever. And yeah, I definitely remember being like nunchucks, throwing stars, all of them. And in like those deja vu stores, or at least that's what they were called here, where you could get your like your incense and your Grateful Dead, you know, tie-dye shirts, like those kind of stores, black light posters and shit. They always had dope swords like on the little mantelpiece that it would come with and shit like that. Like that's when you knew you were messing with a dude. Like, because I remember this girl that babysat me, her older brother had one whole wall in his room that was painted black, and it was like it would light up when you put the black light poster on. And on the opposite wall, he had this giant thing with the ninja swords. And I'll never forget thinking, like, because you thought they would cut somebody's head off. No, they wouldn't. Yeah. Then you were like, oh my God, dude's got ninja swords. Where the fuck do you get the ninja swords? Yeah, loved it.
I have a good ninja story. It was my 8-year-old birthday. A neighbor had taken me to Joe's Army Navy surplus and said, you know, you pick out something. Nice. And sure as hell, I picked out this sweet shuriken throwing star and took it to my room. And I had this bookcase where I kept all my books, right? So I decided in kid logic that it was the smartest thing to do was slide my bookcase over and then use that part of the wall as my target. And I hung a poster, and for probably 6 months, I practiced with that throwing star, hitting it into the drywall, just blasting my wall apart. And after every session, I would move my bookcase back. When it was time to paint the room, whoo, child, I tell you what, man, I got in some serious trouble, man. They found the entire destroyed wall, but I could throw a throwing star pretty good.
Yeah, you know, man, I'm telling you, man, I had no choice but to be in the martial arts ninja because my dad practiced martial arts. So he had the katana blades and the nunchucks, but he didn't have the metal, but it was the rope. And so, you know, he taught how to block and how to strike and all that stuff. So I could watch him do that. And he had all these VHS of Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. I'm watching that as a little kid, man. I'm like, I had no choice. So, yeah, man, for real.
I played with nunchucks one time when I was a kid. I hurt myself bad.
It's so easy to do it. You can smash it. It's so easy.
You just have a concussion. You knock yourself out.
It's right. I hit myself in the nose. So when I think I was 5 or 6. My father and I had this coffee table. It took my nose and my tomahawk. It was one of them old wooden, like super thick, heavy duty thing. It wasn't big. It was just a regular sized coffee table, but it probably weighed 250 pounds because it was just solid wood. And so I actually, my dad and I used to watch wrestling all the time. It was like WrestleMania on the TV. We were wrestling. He had me up. This is back when he used to drink, so he's a little wobbly, and I fell off and I hit my face right on the corner of the thing. So I broke my nose, and it wasn't even like 3, 4, maybe 5 months later, I was trying to nunchuck it and I smacked myself, not dead on, but it was more of a glancing blow, but it was obviously still very sore. I got a huge scar from it. It's all crooked and shit. Dude, that hurt. I'll never forget that. I was like, ah! Like you just scream, it just comes out of you in a way that you never would have thought, because it's just like, yeah. And then whatever, many months after that, I was flying my tomahawk around. I like tripped. I went forward, and those things were built for war, no doubt. But it hit that corner, I swear to God, that same edge, and it split down the middle and like cracked them one front piece, and then it was Black Hawk Down before Black Hawk Down was.
There's a song called "I Want to Be a Ninja." That sounds amazing. Yeah, thanks.
Is that Dire Antwoord? I think they're that South African rap group. They're like very strange. It's not like anything, you know, if you ever seen a video, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? But they are, the one guy's name is Ninja, I think, as a matter of fact. And they're very much into it. I think that might be one of their songs.
Tony Spock last, since where are you big in Japan? Definitely not. G.I. Joe is not big in Japan either. I was at I went to Japan for like 7 days, and then I was in Hong Kong for 3 days. I did see G.I. Joe in Hong Kong. They had the action figure scene is amazing, though. You're gonna find like more shit than you will find anywhere in the world, especially in Hong Kong. Like Hong Kong had a store that was like 7 floors.
Wow.
All these stores. The stores were like the size of closets. and you would just like slip in, one person could only go in at a time, and you
Wow.
would just look through it, and you could have walls and walls and walls of shit. Just most of it giant boobed anime girl like action figures. like that's it. That's like that's
big out there, man.
Yeah, that's big. But a lot of it, they had a lot of good shit. I got a lot of weird stuff. In fact, yeah, I did pick. I did find a few things there. This guy, so they have Toys R Us, by the way, in Japan. Still, Toys R Us.
How do you say it?
Oh, and we don't. Yeah.
I don't know. But I got this. This is Acid Rain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
This show's great.
Those figures are no joke. That looks amazing.
This thing is, and it was in a store. It was in a Toys R Us.
Dude. That's that one.
Yeah,
I've seen that before, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's got like this shoulder cannon, and he's got like an exoskeleton. You can see,
right?
You know that, and then you could get this rideable thing, and it was like they were like GI Joe prices there. You know?
Oh my gosh!
Well, dude, see that the neck legs and everything on that looks so proper and realistic, because even like no dude can hold a big gun like that, right, and move around. So if you can hold, you know, you got that on your arms, your legs are all necked out, and that looks. Dude, that Acid Rain stuff is no joke. They've got that, I believe, in the chat, our brother Ellis Dreadnought he just got it's like the Acid Rain version of the Awe Striker. It's a very cool, like a maroon and something else. And dude, that thing looks amazing.
Yeah. They had that in the store. Yeah.
It's so nice, so nice.
I didn't want to carry that shit with me on a plane, but Davina Duckworth says, "Ninja, please." Yeah. Very nice. So debating what is a ninja, what makes a ninja. Throwing stars aren't. I think the throwing stars aren't as big of a deal, I think, as they were. Actually, when I did this thing where you're like a ninja. I went to the Ninja Samurai Museum, and they have like the ninja experience, which is not really a ninja experience at all. It just means they make you look like a complete jackass and dress up like a ninja, and then you throw plastic ninja stars into a board, and they can't even hurt yourself with them. They're like, they're rubber. But it was fun. I still dug it. I shot a blowgun. I was pretty good at blowgun.
Ooh, no, ninja
star. So apparently, ninja stars, you can't kill anybody with one.
No,
you're not going to kill anybody with a ninja star.
No.
You really piss them off, though.
Just a distraction thing.
And you're dead when you bust up the wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No doubt.
It's like a 22. Just doesn't really. Doesn't break that skin.
I think she could. I think I made a ninja video once, and I was like, Scarlett's not a ninja. I think anybody can really be a ninja because the qualifications are not high. I think I was under the impression that the qualifications to be a ninja were like you had to go to ninja schools when you were 9, right? You were a ninja, and you had a ninja master.
You have a master.
Thinking like Kill Bill and Pai Mei type shit.
Yeah. You have a master. Yeah.
It's not. It's just like you're a fisherman. Yep. And the samurai is like, hey, can you during the day and you make shit? You're really poor, and your life sucks. At night, if you want to go put on a ninja costume and go kill some people for me, I'll pay you pretty well. That's basically what a ninja was, right? They're fishermen. They were the poor.
That's right.
You can't samurai, right? You can't. You have to be born and be in samurai.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Your way into samurai. You're just a samurai from birth on, and very small percentage of the population. Ninja were the fishermen, though, and they were in the fields. They were farmers and fishermen.
Yep.
And that's why their weapons are like tools of
that's right.
Kama is sort of like a tool of fishing.
Even those claws were used for agriculture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sweet, nice. So they were like the poor guys. The samurai were the rich guys. I always thought it was samurai versus ninja. Not true.
No.
Not true.
No, a lot of times the samurai hired ninja as well.
Yeah.
Right. Samurai seem to be more of a heavy armored front forwarding, kind of where the ninjas are sneaky and they're kind of like a little more stealthy. They're more like a night viper, and then instead the grim viper is more like the samurai walking in. Which and again, I don't know how much of the lore was accurate. But when you start talking about samurai, I saw that The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which of course it's a white guy doing samurai stuff. But I don't know. I just remember watching that and like the guys. I think that's the first appearance of Ken Watanabe. Forgive me if I'm saying that name wrong. He's in a bunch of stuff after that. That Asian fella and. That's a good flick right there, and I feel like they really.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah,
I gotta go back and rewatch.
Same. It's been a long time.
They made a really cool third-party figure of that guy too, and it's pretty impressive.
I like
Mike
it.
brings up that ads are on. I just turned them off. I do think that it's really annoying to when you're watching a live.
Oh, that's so
an ad pop on. And in the grand scheme of things, the most I would probably make off of an ad is about $10. So, like, if all of you who watched, you clicked on the ad, I think so. For me, it's like you make more money if you let the thing, like, tomorrow, the people who rewatch or watch it later, that's a little less annoying. They can skip through it. It's not happening. It's not killing the real-time flow. So I do like to thank you for reminding me to turn them off. Awesome. But, yes. Nice. Okay. Go Ninja Go. Yeah.
It's a good tune.
It was, dude.
When I on the 4th of July, when I went to see fireworks, we were walking out of the huge line of traffic of people trying to get out. I parked far, so we walked by lines of cars, and there was this. It was obnoxiously loud, but they were kids and they were bumping "Ice Ice Baby," and I expected it to be somebody my age. And I walked and I looked, and they were kids in their early 20s. I was like, yes, and they were like, oh, you like this? I was like, I grew up on this shit. What are you talking about? Yeah.
I just went to a bunch of graduation parties, and these kids did Ice Ice Baby, Beat It, Thriller, all the dances that I never knew, and they were just killing it. I mean, it was awesome. This generation,
truly a sign that they've stopped making good music. Like we're just circling back.
Literally, that's what I was gonna say. That's what that means.
Movies, same thing. Like they're not really making anything good. They're just circling back to shit.
Operative says, "I have a katana in your downstairs bathroom right now." Yeah, you could you're waiting for the zombie apocalypse. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
And someday you
gotta have them.
Bullets are finite, strokes or not.
Just in case you get impacted.
Ow. Yeah.
Melted copper is here.
I use an MRE spoon for that.
Why I'm more of a big Joe Fest in America? Disney is here. Yes, I am back. I'm sure you put some coins in the panties machine. I did not see one panties machine. I was looking for it too, man.
Right.
I assumed panties machines.
I assumed that was like an urban myth, maybe. But then I did meet one person that was out there and said, no, they're there. You just gotta know where to look for them. So
I did not figure it out. Admittedly, it did not.
And I think there is a toy guy in the toy community. I think Laser Pants knows him. I think or something along. I don't know who, but I can't think of his name. But he lives in Japan. He actually does a podcast from there, and he's an American guy that just happens to live over there with like his brother or something. And yeah, he's always talking about how awesome the collecting scene is over there. It's just like everything you can imagine, and then way more because they're making stuff over there that we don't even see over here.
You can tell they love toys, Toys R Us, and there were kids in it.
That's awesome.
Well, the fact that you found Acid Rain in Toys R Us, that tells me that they must be doing some sort of local procurement for their stores instead of how it happened over here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, even then, there's just so much. Like I saw, there was a whole store of Savage Crucible, an entire store. Yeah. Hard to believe a guy who smells like fish can sneak up on you ninja style. It's a good point. Yeah,
it's fair. That's fair.
Which I also got this guy because he's completely sold out. You can't get him anywhere. And I walked in Hong Kong. This thing is an amazing figure. This is Elric of Melbourne. I don't know how to say it clearly this is an amazing figure. So
wow, look at that.
Yeah. So anyway, he's completely sold out. But I go in a Hong Kong store, and everything that Savage Crucible makes is sold out. They make like a slightly smaller run, and they had everything. They had literally everything in the entire Savage Crucible line in one store. You just walked right in, and it was great. So this is the last thing I got. I'll show you this. This thing killed me. I could not buy it. Okay, this is called Little Armory.
Yeah,
what it is GI Dave. This is I think this is gonna be for you. they sell their little Japanese schoolgirl types with just every type of gun imaginable. And so they sell the basic figure, but then they sell like packs of guns.
Yep.
You have every gun, every rocket launcher.
Takatoma Armory.
What's that? That's like that movie Sucker Punch, where they look like that with the weapons.
Yeah. That's the Figma, right?
Yes, these are
Figma. So some of the other ones, there's Pocket Art by Hasuki, and some of those are absolute, like they call it pocket art, but some of the highest quality figures I own. They're fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, they're pretty wild, but everything's cheaper there. Pretty much everything is cheap. Yeah, food's really cheap there. Flying is not cheap. Flying there is not cheap, however. Paul Morales is here calling everybody out.
Thank you, Paul.
Again. Can a teacher collect schoolgirls with guns? Yeah, I'm in an all-boys Catholic school. We don't give a shit.
Conrad in the house. G.I. Joe Guy 84.
All right.
That's what's up. Operative D, Yorktown Joe.
Oh, Operative D, thanks. You watched I did a Savage Crucible video, and I got this guy's name completely wrong. Apparently, but I was like, you know what? You try to do Savage Crucible and get any of the names right. Yeah, this is the only one that anybody knows how to pronounce the name because it comes from another line, right? It's like from a book series. That was the one I could get wrong. So once again, with the used underwear vending machines, I did not try to get any used underwear, believe it or not. This was strictly a G.I. Joe research trip, not an underwear. My underwear.
I couldn't wrap my head around that.
Underwear channel is not doing so well. So I don't need to.
Right. Imagine that was part of the haul. He was like, well, I found these. These. Particularly like these.
No, nobody's getting me on that because it's some 70, it's some 300 pound Japanese guy, sumo wrestler wearing them panties.
Right. That is being stuck between the toes of a fat guy, not where you think they're going. It is not a thong from a petite young Asian lady. It is some fat dude in New Zealand doing it over and over again and then just shipping them for, you know what I mean? Forget it. Totally forget it.
And you can tell the smell. Well, you can tell.
You know the difference. That New Zealand toe fungus is
not like you got into that machine, man.
Right. I want my receipt. Here's my receipt. I want my money back.
I know the difference between that smell, man.
Right. This is not Asian butt crack. How long was the flight?
15 hours. 15 hours.
So you went from what, here to like somewhere in California, and then
I went to New York, and then I went to Japan, and then we went to Hong Kong for 3 days, and the back from Hong Kong was like 15.
Nice. That's what's up.
14 hours, actually. Yeah, 14 hours. So, yeah. But anyway, and we did a lot of ninja themed things. So we can get into the topic here.
Nice.
But anyway, what's your take on like how much is too much ninja? You can start us Roadblock. What do you think? How much is when did it ever get to a point where you're just like, all right, I'm done with ninjas? Are you a ninja fan? I mean, you clearly must be, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure, right? And it was just enough in the 80s, with the line with we Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow version 1, version 2. It was great, right? Quick kit. You got some guys that are kind of ninja adjacent. And then once the colors changed and they went to neon, now you got the, Ninja Force. I'm not, then you mix it all. Now you're doing too much because they don't look like ninjas with a pink outfit. Right. You know what I mean? Or yellow, something like that. So at that point, I'm kind of like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's where it became too much. But I mean, some cats love it. You know what I mean? But like, I think for me, that's what it kind of, the combination of that and more ninjas and the colors kind of threw me out of there.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah. But all right, what about you, Dave?
Yeah, I absolutely sucked up everything about the Marvel run until you get to where they start talking about Firefly and brainwashing ninjas and stuff like that. I love a lot of the stuff that they did. He tried so hard to make ninjas kind of realistic, but then you really kind of seen from my perspective like it was just a marketing thing. You know, that like we got to make some flashy stuff. Ninjas pop word now. We're gonna put it on everything, and I that's when I really started disliking the run. You know, and when Firefly turned into a ninja, I was just no, hit the brakes, man.
Same.
You gotta stop.
Same. That was a pivotal thing for me. I really hated that.
Yeah, to me it was like the first half of Ninja Force was cool, and then you get to that second round.
That's right. Yeah,
they're kind of lame, and then the third round. By the time you get to the third round, it's like
because when Ninja Force debuted in the comic, it was actually kind of like, okay, we put this team together, we've got a mission, you guys are going to do something, and they did stuff, and that wasn't so bad. But like when you said, they dragged it out to all this. How many times did they get brainwashed by Firefly and like some of those arcs? Just bad, you know. And if you're a ninja, you're supposed to have those skills, right? Like anti-brainwashing comes with the cut, right? I don't know.
Right.
I definitely like, you know, it's pretty much similar, but it's right when you get to the craziness of it all. Definitely Firefly, even Ninja Force made Cobra Commander, right? Didn't they make him a ninja too with that goofy outfit? Like that
is something they only just did for Super 7, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they probably were planning on doing it.
Yeah.
Anybody tell us?
Yeah. The Firefly thing
can't be out of nowhere, right? They must have.
I heard at Joe Fest that those two figures were actually like planned but not released. So I could be wrong.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
They were planned, but those are stupid. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh yeah, way too much. Smells like Ninja. Yeah, the panties. The reference to the panties.
That's fun. I mean, I feel like the Firefly thing, if they had tried to make it something similar like Snake Eyes, where the Alpha Commando Snake Eyes is, as we've spoken about, like a awesome commando who has ninja training, right? Mm-hmm. So Firefly already being a guy who's sneaking around and doing all these things, it does play with him to, you know, like, oh, but instead of making him in that fucking safety green, that's, you know, a ninja, put him in like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, I mean, what? Put him in a black outfit, right? And make it more like the Snake Eyes thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would guess that I would have liked that. But when Ninja Force Firefly came out, that was all right around that same pivotal time where I saw Fishnet Stocking, Low Light, and the Yellow and Blue Major Blood. And those are all the things that made me just go claw my eyes out. I can't look at this anymore. Look at what they're doing to my favorite line of toys.
I mean, you can even look at it, though, because even before Ninja Force Zartan came out, pretty much from what I saw, everybody was like, oh, man, I'm out. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Even before they got it, until they got the figure, and then they were like, oh, it's cool. Yeah. But before that, everybody's like, nah, man. You know what I mean? And so Ninja was already kind of, you know, even now, people are like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Until they actually got the figure, then he looks dope, and then there you go.
Gay Club cruising Zartan is basically the that's what he looks like to me.
The Blue Oyster Cult.
It's like whatever. You know, he's cruising.
I mean,
fine. I don't have a problem with it.
I actually have it right here. So I have to say
that thing looks awesome, but the original
does.
I still like the original one. It was kind
of right. Yeah, that I can't see Zartan there. Right, to me, he's just another Dreadnought. I mean, and Classified is like, I don't know, all the ones like Slice and Dice are amazing. Awesome. Those are crazy cool figures. Comes with a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I actually, when I was on vacation, so I did bring I snuck 3 little totes of toys in to bring down with me and try to take some pictures. Now I didn't wind up doing as much as I thought I was gonna, but I did do a Dawn Moreno versus Slice and Dice video, and it was fun. It was great. But that was the first time I had done anything with the Slice and Dice, and man, I can never remember which one's which. The red guy, when you put that big brown hat that it comes with and you give him the long thing, dude, he looks amazing. And whichever one the other one is, when he has that mask on, you put that there's like a burlap neck thing that comes down the back, and dude, they're fucking incredible. So as much as I'm more, you know, shoulder weapon, you know, style kind of thing, which is that, like, especially in the photos, or even having like Lifeline doing a med thing, like something more like that is generally what I want. But Classified seems to be doing things like that with Slice and Dice. You know, the Ninja Force Zartan is just too cool to not have. It looks, I didn't want it. I didn't want to want it. And then I just started seeing pictures and I was like, damn it, got to get it. And then you get it and you look at another one I actually just happen to have here too, is like, this isn't a ninja, but this is the, my brother Stevie Z sent this to me. And I haven't opened them yet, but I without even opening the package, this figure is incredible. This figure looks awesome. I'm gonna put the Troop Builder head, which is that's the head I'm gonna use on it instead of like the regular face one. Yeah. But I mean, dude, the dinosaur's fine. It's not outrageously great. The paint apps around the face are nice, and it does come with that metal thing there. But anyways, my point is that Classified is doing these kinds of things, and they're coming out good. I look at that Scarlet and Shebang, and they both look like crazy cool figures. Take
a look at them.
I'm going through the same thing where I'm like, no, I don't want it, but yeah, I'm gonna wind up having to get it.
No, that's pretty cool because I mean, to see something that we all, I know I hated back then when I first seen that stuff. But to see the original designs reimagined in this scale at that size and see them like in a whole new light and love it now, there's some magic to that. That's pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed, though. Like, if you had told me until before I saw Slice and Dice and I heard they were coming out, I was like, that was when I was buying everything that moved. And I was like, I won't want that. And then sure enough, I started seeing people taking it out of the package, and I was like, Jesus, look at that.
Yeah.
They look incredible.
Good set. A lot of paint on them, too.
Yeah.
Right. Tons. So these, I think, are going to wind up being the same thing where, initially I was like, all right, I'll try to find a pass. But like Big Red says, I definitely want Shebang. He looks very cool.
He looks like he just came out of the wrestling ring to me, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Right. A luchador. He looks a little luchador.
Yeah,
always had a goofy look, but I dug him. For me, what I thought was right around the era when Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow became good guy, right? So it's like it's after that. It's a few years after. I guess it's quite a few years after that. Mm-hmm. But that was like, to me, it was like Storm Shadow's gang, kind of gave.
Oh, that figure.
Dude,
when that hit the scene, dude, that changed it all.
Yeah,
dude, that card art was iconic to me. When I was young, I didn't know that Storm Shadow made the switch, right? I didn't know that about. I didn't read the comic. I didn't know. So to me, he was still a hard Cobra here. And I remember like looking at the package because it doesn't say Cobra the enemy on it.
No.
And I was like, why is this? I was like, I don't know. Maybe they're just not putting it on there anymore. And I didn't put any more thought into it. But I freaking love that figure, dude.
And
that was one of the card arts that I would just stare at.
That card art, was designed around that guy to be able to show that tattoo. From my perspective,
yeah.
That
I remember going to school and people arguing whether Storm Shadow was a good guy now. I'm arguing with cats. Like, no, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. And then when the figure came out, right, and so we didn't have the internet or nothing, so we were at school, debating it. It was crazy, man. But it was definitely.
I used to bring the comics in.
Everybody wanted to trade for it. You trade 3-4 Joes for that one because he's a good guy now, right? So it's crazy.
That's awesome. So when this figure came out around that time, I used to go hunting with one of my uncles, like a lot, and he always had these now I couldn't draw it back. I wasn't strong enough, big enough for that. But I just remember holding it, playing with them. I was definitely obsessed with compound bows, especially so they've got the balancers and the sights, which are great. But what also was like gave it the look was the quiver attached to the side there where you had the bows and the arrows in there. Yeah, dude, that's to me, I think that's what brought this figure over the top, and the card art was that bow and how it's represented right there like that.
And the bow's coming fresh off of Rambo movies too. So I mean, we all wanted that.
Definitely. Yep. Exploding arrow, fucking. Oh my God! Everybody remembers that one gold with the black that he had in there, and that thing just.
Dave, does that work? Can you do that?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, with the compounds they got now, no problem. It's just like I said, your range, man. The heavier it is, the is limited by your range.
So and they've got bows not getting you very far, but you can still probably go. What?
If you're good, you can get 75 yards.
Yeah. So I would say you could probably lob something like that 50 yards. You know what I mean? A silent grenade launcher. That's fantastic.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the bows today you get so much more strength out of less draw. The compound is it's made better. The arrows are lighter. The sights are better. Like everything that they have is pretty awesome with it.
The bows and the crossbows now. The crossbows are nuts. The feet per second they're getting out of crossbows now is nuts.
Nice.
I'm surprised that we're not getting like, especially so here in New York, like most shit's like illegal, but I'm actually surprised that we don't have more laws out, because you ever see like a crossbow and then you click on it and I'm like, wait a minute, how much is that? $250? That thing looks huge. And then right in big letters, doesn't ship to California, to New York, to whatever. So I start calling my friends in Massachusetts. Hey man, what's your address again?
Snow Leopard says all work, no work tomorrow due to national holiday. What is the national holiday? Snow Leopard's in a different country, so he's
in Germany, I think.
I'm curious. What's your national holiday? Let us know. So all right,
was that our boy Snow Leopard?
Favorite version of Storm Shadow Roadblock? What would you prefer?
Well, the first version for sure, because that was one that sent my family into a frenzy because I wanted it from the birthday, and you couldn't find it at KB. I mean, and I had a system at KB. When I found a Joe I liked and I couldn't get it until Friday or something, I would take that, and I was always so tall, I would go to the girls section and put it behind some Barbie thing, so I could come back and
I come back. I would never have found that.
And I come back, right? So I'm like,
Barbie section was kryptonite to me, man. That was smart.
I had it down. I got all the Joes I wanted, but I couldn't find Storm Shadow. And so I'm calling my family. I'm like, yo, Storm Shadow, he's a ninja and all white. So he was known as the white ninja in my family. Everybody was frantic trying to find this white ninja. So yeah, he's my number one, no doubt.
I never had him. I saw.
See how that it's rare, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I knew one person. I've talked about him before. That kid Brian, who had that crazy corner display. When I first met him, I think in like the beginning of '85 or some shit like that, he had literally everything. He had every figure, every playset, every little vehicle that had come out, and you couldn't touch him. And he was the only one that I remember having Storm Shadow. Nobody else that I knew had Storm Shadow for whatever reason.
That first figure for me was like so revolutionary. The way with so much gear that he came with, and everything fit in there. You could fold the nunchucks, and they fit in the backpack. He had extra arrows in there. Like the kit and the figure was revolutionary, and I think that figure right there kind of upped the ante for G.I. Joe. They couldn't go back to like less after that figure.
Right.
I'm telling you, you couldn't trade for that figure either. If you traded for a Storm Shadow, it was loose, it was jacked up, something was broke on it, and it still had value on the street. You'd have to give up some good Joes for him, man, because nobody was giving him up.
Dude, it was almost like, for whatever reason, the combination of the uniform, the weapons, what his character was like in the Sumbo cartoon. He almost didn't even strike me as a ninja. It was like I accepted him the same way I accepted every pew toting guy, right? It was just, to me, he was just as badass, especially after seeing the Excalibur episode where he was just cutting through stones and doing all that kinds of shit. And to me, that's who he was that guy. So I absolutely love this figure too, even though I didn't have it.
Operative D brings up the Miami Connection. Damn, was that the movie with the again, you mentioned earlier, big boob girls from the 80s running around, and then they shoot. Is that the one where they shoot a snake comes out of a toilet and they shoot it with a rocket launcher?
Oh my God, is that movie?
I gotta see
it. Or am I missing that up with another shitty 80s movie? He says there's a Storm Shadow, Miami Connection.
I don't remember that.
I can't.
That looks great.
It does look great.
Watch that.
Dude, look at the film. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at the face on this guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, that's different. I'm thinking of something else, which is Miami something. But you know what I'm talking about? It had like penthouse pets in it.
I do.
Also big boobs, and they were secret agents, and it's the shittiest movie. And it's the same company, probably. Hard Ticket to Hawaii, yes.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
You see Hard Ticket to Hawaii?
Oh my God.
Masterpiece.
I think I did see that. That sounds familiar.
It's a masterpiece. As a snake comes out of the toilet, and then somebody shoots it with a rocket launcher, and it explodes.
Also looks fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So this was so. Yeah, I think the age difference too means it was probably harder to get Storm Shadow because we forget there's like a 5 or 6 year difference. Now you're not getting Storm Shadow. You're probably not getting this one, right? I don't know how old everybody else is, but Destro Designs, you're what, 46, 47?
7 next month. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. So it's a 5 year difference. That means, by the time you were young to get this guy. Whereas
I think I was collecting though. I was getting when he came out, but again, limited in the sense that I didn't. It wasn't
much agency when you're that young.
Yes.
It's not like you can be like.
Right.
It's kind of hard to.
I remember hunting the stores. I'm 51, and I was hunting the stores, and that figure was just like the only other figure I can remember that was harder to find was Major Blood, and then after that, it was Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow, you just never seen in stores. You just didn't.
Yeah, because mine got loose, and then I took off his head. And I made a Billy Kessler figure.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I painted an eye patch.
Yes,
and turned him into the Billy Kessler. So
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, because the comic episode actually, the comic he dressed just like Storm Shadow when he was in the water tower.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dude, I loved Major Blood. I think he was the 4th figure I got. It was when I first saw them. It was the Snake Eyes 1.5 had hit the shelves when Destro was out. I got those 2. And then the next 2 were Firefly and Major Blood. That's a banging first 4 to start out with. Mm-hmm. And I definitely, as soon as I remember, I think I had something else in my, like I saw the rack and I kind of remember like grabbing something and then looking further down and seeing Major Blood and being like, oop, putting whatever that was back and picking Major Blood up and being like, look at this guy. I have to have him. And I loved him in the cartoon. He was, he got, he was always, under the whims of Cobra Commander's orders. So it was like, he was always winding up, retreating or doing this or doing that. But it was like, he always stuck out to me as like a real badass. He was always right out there in the middle of the fight. So I loved him. But he was also, I think I remember other people having a hard time finding him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was the mail order too. Well, he eventually came out in stores. So he's probably hard. But all right. So when did you here's I'm trying to figure out the timeline of when I even knew ninjas existed. Like I'm trying to G.I. Joe, I think might have been it, but before that was like American Ninja and Enter the Ninja, all that shit.
Enter the Ninja was probably the biggest one for me that I remember.
Is that before G.I. Joe?
I believe so. I'm gonna say Enter the Ninja probably 80 or
I'll look it up. 81. Okay, 81. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So ninjas are kind of big. American Ninja.
I think that's 82 or 83.
Yeah, 80. That one's 85, but
85 is American Ninja.
That's what it said. I don't know, Enter the Ninja is early though. That's probably the first time I think I remember seeing a ninja would be Enter the Ninja, right?
Yeah, that movie was so big at the time, man.
Yeah. I feel like Jim Cotta was one of the first. I know that's a crazy.
It's not a real thing.
It's a crazy movie, but I feel like that was one of the first ones I saw with ninjas in it. Who also the main character was dressed in white, and all the people that he had to fight were black. And I
hold on, you have to come to my balance beam to do battle.
Yes. My pommel horse. I am going to pummel for my pommel horse.
Hold on, let's get to my position. Yeah.
What about you in the chat? Or anybody remember what was your first? What do you think really kicked in ninjas for you? Roadblock. What was it for you? What was your?
I think it was just a combination, man. I mean, of course, the Into the Ninja movie, American Ninja was popular, but there was just so much martial arts. It just kind of blended in for me. I mean, I'm even thinking like Last Dragon, where Bruce Leroy, Shona, all those cats. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So it was
Last
just
Dragon was awesome.
It was a whole thing, right? Showing up. I mean, it was crazy. So, and then you got the toys that were ninjas. Everybody, it was just a smorgasbord. I don't care where you were at, what level, Jean-Claude. I mean, everybody. So I'm trying to remember, but it was just so much at one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. I wonder what it was that really kicked it off. Sho Kosugi. Okay, 1980. That makes sense. Yeah. Ninja Theater. So ninjas. Now that kind of created like the myth of the ninja. You know what's funny is like in the comic book, Roadblock. Were you a comic book? Did you read the comic?
No, I was more of a cartoon guy. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah. G.I. Dave, you read the comics.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now he's sort of ninja obsessed, but he makes them have like they have I guess part of I went to the Ninja Museum. They did say like they did believe they had like sight, like could see.
Yeah,
you know, they could run. I don't know. They could do certain things that were superhuman, but like,
right.
And you like read the comic, they can do fucking crazy shit.
Right.
They can mind meld with you and shit. And there's like they have like several powers. There's like there are all kinds of crazy powers that they have. They can do things that are just like absolutely like mystical and beyond space and time and shit. It's
wizards.
Yeah, they're basically
wizards.
Yeah.
Right.
We can do just about anything.
Those hand things from the comics, I did find out that those are actually a real thing. In
Wait, which ones?
Yeah, I think it's the 7 signs or whatever it was.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's an actual real thing from ninja lore, and I think the swordsmith, what's his name?
Hattori Hanzo. Oh no, sorry.
No, yeah, that was the
Onihashi.
Yeah, Onihashi. I think that name is one of a famous ninja as well. So, like I was talking to you about Hanzo. Like some of those stories in the comics were ripped right from history, man.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I'm not a smart man. I'm going from a book I read a long time ago, but I believe it was in 1562. There was a guy named Hattori Hanzo that served under Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was one of the pre-daimyo warlords of feudal Japan. And Ieyasu had a couple of his daughters kidnapped by this guy in a huge castle, right? So Hattori Hanzo put together a small hit squad of these shinobi, and they wanted to infiltrate the castle, but it was virtually impossible. So they figured out a way to do it by having a couple ninjas dress as guards, and then they were going to infiltrate that way. So when Hanzo came in, he would whisper to a guard a certain code, and the guard would say, yeah, I'm cool with you. Well, Hanzo gets to a certain guard, and it's not a ninja, and Hanzo has to kill him right there. The guy dies on the floor, bleeds out, and the internal castle defenses are alerted, but they look at it as an internal struggle where the guards are revolting against themselves. They didn't know it was ninja. And ninja were actually scaling walls, doing all this stuff to get to the top of the castle. Hanzo freed the hostages, and in one of the stories that I read, actually took 2 boy hostages too, and sliced the head off the head of this castle and brought the guy's head back in a bag to his daimyo. So like that issue 21, if you follow it, even Snake Eyes getting discovered by the first guard is just like Hanzo in the first, part of that historical battle. So I really believe that like in issue 21 was Hama's like, man, I love the ninjas so much, but I got to ground it in some reality. And then he gave us like issue 21 in the LERP story, which is my all-time favorite.
Oh yeah, totally great. Roadblock, do you have ninjas in your if you do not know, Roadblock is working on a action figure line. You want to talk about that a little bit and do you have ninjas?
Yeah, man. I started Shadow Strike, man, and action figure line, and it kind of just came about just being in our community. We got so many talented guys. I know Destro was talking about, guys taking pictures and guys, we got 3D printer guys and all kind of stuff and sharing stories like we do right now. And, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, man, this is really cool. It's a good community. Even here locally in Arizona, I'm going to a bunch of toy fairs, a bunch of, toy cons. I'm an empty nester now, so I'm trying to find something to do. Yeah. And so I'm looking at stuff, I'm looking at the figures, and I'm buying all these classifieds. And I'm like, dude, I wonder, this is something I can get into, maybe just do a local thing. You know what I mean? Because I go to all the local toy shops, and I'm an old guy now. So I'm buying my products, but I'm also talking to the owner and stuff like that. So I just thought, that'd be awesome to try to, be creative and do, maybe a small, do a small run, something like that. And like I was telling you before we started, I lived in China for a year. So I still had some contacts. So looking it up, I'm emailing guys that I'm friends with in Guangzhou, and they're like, dude, China Hong Kong is, like you were saying, is the biggest thing out there for action figures. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. Yeah. So they put me on to a guy in the Philippines, and we're talking, and he's like, yeah, dude, we could do it. We could do it so many different ways. And so it just kind of went from there, man. And then I kind of leaned on the community. We want to do the comic books because they're awesome too, right? And not only that, it's just awesome, but as we're talking about G.I. Joe, that's how I knew how to do it. I would think if I was to do an action figure line, it'd be like how they did it. Like in your videos about the history of G.I. Joe, right? It was comic books, cartoons, the whole nine. Hasbro, they would do anything that came out. They'd have a commercial, a comic book, kids playing with the figures, a doll, whole thing, right? So I just thought that's okay. That's what you should do, because, and I think, that was really smart of them. And I think it continues now, right? Why do we buy Dusty and Sandstorm for $60? Because it's Dusty, right? We know Dusty from, the cartoon, all the things we're talking about. And I think that was like, okay, cool. Well, we got so many talented guys in here, commission a guy to do this. And Destro's been great in helping with, he's going to do the lore and he's a writer. It's just, that kind of all fit together. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, good point. It's like when you wonder why kids don't like toys aren't big. And it's like, well, they don't do this anymore. They're missing the boat,
That's the thing. Yeah,
you gotta roll it out in a way that really engages them.
Well, I mean, in the technology, I mean, they were doing stuff. If you look at, I think I showed Destro a long time a Tiger Force commercial. They had actors playing Duke and Dusty. They weren't the same actors from the cartoon. They didn't give a shit. They would just get some guy off the street. Sounding like it's not the same Duke from the cartoon. They didn't care. They'd have a theme song for the commercial and the whole thing, right? And then a jingle. And I think I'm sure it was much harder for them to do that then than it is now. You could do that at your house now. You know what I mean? So for them to put so much effort into creating those figures and you to know who they are. I think that's why they're in a place now to where they don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? They can charge extra money, or at least they feel that way, right?
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. So I think, and so in terms of Shadow Strike, man, that's why that's the only way I thought you should do it. You know what I mean? I've talked to G.I. Dave a bunch about how to do this and how to do that. How does this look, or how getting guys' opinions, because we all come from that era where that's what you do. You know what I mean? You don't just put something out there. You check with people. Is this cool? Is that cool? Because what we got as kids was the best.
Right.
It's 50 years.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's lasted 50 years. So like, I think, in such a small way, because we're just whatever, but I think, that's kind of what I want to do.
One caveat I will say to that is I was just talking to my son today and we were talking Joe stuff. And I told me, I said, there's I don't have a lot of stuff pre-ordered right now. There's a new Duke out, Rugged Duke from the Energon universe. And I'm like, I'm not even that interested. And my son goes, wait, Duke from the Energon universe? Show me. Like, so he likes those Energon cartoons, man. And if they're going to, if Hasbro is going to be pushing in and getting everybody on board with this Energon universe, like I said, I don't have to love it. But if my son is digging it and he looked at that new Duke and was like, now that's a cool figure. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, no, Duke is Duke, but he's liking it. So, hey, man, maybe that's the direction they need to go.
That's so weird, man, because like even Mark, I've heard you talk about it. You as soon as they come out and if they do it like a rated R type version, adult type version, make it hardcore. I've heard you say it several times. Guess what? Everybody's gonna love it, and it's just so it's
gonna blow up.
It just drives me. I'm like, Hasbro could do every Sunday where they animate the Energon universe, right? Yeah. A 10-minute spot, right? And we would go crazy. Yeah. There'd be YouTube videos breaking it down, reviewing the episode, pre-show for the next episode. They could be doing so much on the Energon universe, and we'd all be eating it up, right? But they don't. Yeah. I don't know.
If this Danny McBride movie,
let us do it. Fuck them doing it. We do it.
I'm saying.
If the Danny McBride, if the McBride movie turns out to be good, I will talk about that Danny McBride movie if it's good for 3 weeks in a row. You know what I mean?
It sounds. I'm so happy with that movie. It sounds like I never would have thought it actually. If you heard him talk about it, it was like. He said 3 things when he's talked about it that killed me. I was like, holy shit, he's the guy to do it. He said 3 things. He said, I liked it more than Star Wars.
Yes.
I love Star Wars too. I'm a Star Wars fanatic. I've always liked it more than Star Wars, right? Yeah. A lot of people hear that, they would be like, are you crazy? Like,
no, dude.
Star Wars is the thing. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but this is cooler, and it's more, I think it's because part of it is because it's this cool, like it isn't the biggest thing in the world, and it just has a reality to it, that is also silly, whatever. He said that. He said Larry Hama. I read Larry Hama religiously.
Yep.
Right. So to me, it was like, okay, well, he's gonna use Larry Hama.
Yep. Right.
And then he said, he was going to do a Dreadnoks movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, hold up.
Yeah.
Let's do it proper.
A Springfield story.
That's it.
He said all the buzzwords.
He knows what he's talking about.
I think those are all amazing things that he definitely said. And there was, of course he's going to say something like all the things of like, oh, I'm excited, Paramount's excited. Sure, you're all going to say that. But when you add it with all the things that you're saying, and then like he was, even when just a little thing where he was like, oh, I still got the toys from when I was a kid. It's my daughter that actually plays with Gung Ho and Snake Eyes. You're like, oh, you have original Gung Ho and Snake Eyes?
Yeah,
that's
right.
Awesome.
Correct.
That's like some real shit. But yeah, Mark, you hit the three big points there. And especially the one about like, he was just hanging out of his own volition for free writing a Dreadnought movie, right?
Yeah,
like that is pretty awesome. But then it also is like, it's almost equally awesome that Paramount was like, yes, maybe in 2 or 3 movies that but like we need to launch it properly first. And all the names that have been said so far are all big names. Who knows who's going to play who or whatever, but like I don't know, dude. I'm trying not to get like overly excited, but every time I hear somebody say something about it, it sounds like it's hard not to. It's like, maybe we're getting it this time, maybe. And
I'm a fan of his. Like I love Eastbound and Down was great.
Yep. Hysterical.
Was great. Vice Principals was great. Some of his movies are great. He did fuck up Halloween pretty bad. Halloween 2 and 3 sucked. Halloween 1 was good though. Halloween 1 was the solid.
That first one, was good. Yeah,
but then he fucked it up the other 2. So, but that's the only problem I would say. But hey, you can't get any better. A guy, he's right about our age. Right, he's probably maybe closer. He's probably at least your age anyway.
Yeah, he's got to be pushing 50 or something like that.
Yeah, he's around 50 if he's not 50.
I'm just glad that Paramount has it because they got rid of the script before. The script before it's going to be like a comedy or something, and they got rid of that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was the first time.
What was his name? I can't remember his name, but his. Oh, right. His idea was he wanted it to take place like way long, like Cobra had taken over the world and G.I. Joe was like a conspiracy theory or some shit. And I was like, oh God, thank God.
He's okay. He made a couple of good things, but he made Fan 4 Stick, which is a piece of shit.
Right.
He wrote Fan 4 Stick and then he did some, I don't remember, he got canceled. But it was in the era when people were getting canceled left and right. So I don't know. It's one of those things was like, I don't remember what he did. I don't remember if he was one of those guys who actually like sexually assaulted somebody and deserved to be canceled, or he was one of those guys who like
he just said something
like, oh, we had a bad date, like Aziz Ansari, when you're like,
oh yeah, right,
leave that guy alone, dude.
That poor guy. That poor guy.
Just needed to fucking say goodbye. Good night. That's all.
Right.
I don't remember which one it was for him. I think it was probably worse, but but anyway, he sucks kind of as a writer. He's made a couple shitty things, but Danny McBride's he's awesome. Anyway, going back to ninjas, let's talk about some of the ninjas in GI. What's your favorite version of Snake Eyes? What do you think of the all? I have queued up all the versions of Snake Eyes that are. Now, how much ninja do you want in Snake Eyes? By the way, you in the comments can play along too. Do you want him a commando with some ninja abilities? Do you like him in ninja? What's your Roadblock? What's your favorite version?
I like a mix for sure, but my favorite Snake Eyes is version 2. We got the knives. It hasn't come out yet because that was the first Snake Eyes I got. So that's So I was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? But he was kind of a jack of all trades because he had the Uzi. So I always knew that he could get down another way. You know what I mean? All these stars and all this stuff, he's spraying you down. So I was like, I was okay with him being a mix. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
A mix was good with me. I not some one way or the other. I didn't care because he was just so dope.
What about you, Dave? What's your favorite?
I loved V2 and especially V3 as a kid, but as I grew older, I ended up wanting less Ninja in Snake Eyes and wanting more of the Alpha Commando. You know, because then you get the contrast of the martial artist of Storm Shadow versus the martial artist Light that didn't train his entire life to be a ninja, and then he mixes this, martial arts style with tactical abilities. I like that balance.
Yeah.
But as a kid, Snake Eyes was straight ninja. He was the balance of Storm Shadow. So as I've grown older, I like more Commando in my Snake Eyes. Yeah, that to me is just timeless, man.
Yeah, and the figure's not as good. I mean, like by any means. But for me, what really killed me was when Classified made him. Because now when Classified made him, they amped him up and he looked perfect. And then that's the best version. And also in the comic book, he was the best version.
Yep.
I know your answer, Destro, but I'll let you give it because
65-35, 65 Alpha Commando all day. I do love that he can have a sword and do all that. Conrad made a good point. He said like the Resolute Snake Eyes is a good blend, and I thought that was pretty true too. You do see him. I thought it was an interesting representation, even though the movie is whatever. But in Retaliation, where there's that scene in the hallway where Storm Shadow is thrown to ninja stars, and then Snake Eyes is shooting them out of the air with the MP7. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, nope, it's Alpha. I like the goggles better than the visor. If we're talking about the 3 3/4, the Alpha Commando is my favorite, but dude, the older I get, I really so Dave so generously gave me this bad boy here, right? This is almost like that one a lot now, too. So here's version 4 of the Classified, and I love it. My only thing is I want him to have the black vest like this. So two in the back. You got the Uzi, you got the goggles, you got the whole thing. That's what's up for me.
You and I we've talked about it before. I like obviously the best version is V2, but
right.
As far as the figure goes, they still made a good version 2 figure and Classified. He's got to have the arrow. He's got to have the dart launcher.
That was so big to me as a kid, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That molded detail, my guys wouldn't throw a grenade if they didn't have a molded grenade. And even Shipwreck having an empty holster because he had his gun. If he didn't have his gun, you got an empty holster, bro. You're not pulling nothing. I love the molded detail.
Yeah. Seth Manham says my favorite Snake Eyes is the Nicolas Cage movie. Okay, I have a very brief. I'm gonna tangent for 1 minute on a very. Have you seen the Nicolas Cage movie? It's terrible.
No, what?
Brian, it's late era Brian De Palma. It's Nicolas Cage. He's in a casino for some reason. The Snake Eyes is referring to the dice. Which
yeah.
But I have a theory that it's about the power of boobs. Because Carla Gugino is in it.
Yes.
And in every scene, her boobs are she distracts somebody with her boobs.
Yes.
And then
the guy gets killed because of it.
Boobs.
It's the whole movie. It's
right.
It's
and there's a part in the end that the 2 giant boulders roll and almost crush Nicolas Cage.
Like
it's like boobs. And it's Snake Eyes. It's a pair of boobs.
It is, man.
That's so funny. That's so
Snake
funny.
Eyes, you got a boob. You got 2 boobs.
So, and Brian De Palma is rooted in that 80s, he makes a lot of movies that were made in the 80s. Now, that Snake Eyes movie is like a weird, it starts off, I don't know, it's a strange movie. There's parts in the beginning where you were interested to see what happens. And then by the end, it's once you know what's going on, you learn, spoiler alert, the movie's way old. You learn that, what's his name? Lieutenant Dan, I can't think of what his real name is.
Gary Sinise.
You learn that he's the bad guy. I think earlier than you should. It's not the end. It's 60% of the way through, and you're just all right, we'll get it over with already. But shout out to Gary Sinise, man. That dude is pretty awesome. He came to my hometown. I have a kid I went to high school with. He was a great dude. He got hurt. He's a veteran, and he got hurt, and he couldn't move around that well. And somehow Gary Sinise found out about it. He came here, held a concert that kicked fucking ass for free. We all went, had a blast, and then built my buddy a home Literally, just was like, here.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's got all the amenities so he can move around his house and interact with his kids and live a normal life. And he was just like, boom, here, that's for you. Thank you for your service. That's fucking awesome.
That's dope.
As much as I like the Snake Eyes, there you got this is the Ninja Snake Eyes for me.
So awesome.
Roadblock, this one.
Yep.
When, especially when they came out with the one the 25th anniversary, because he had the removable.
Yes.
That was like that. He just came up with so.
That was Pete Joe, dude.
I shot a blowgun in the Ninja Samurai Museum. One of the things they had us do was shoot a blowgun. It was pretty cheese. But blowguns are fun, man. I'm
very good with a blowgun, man.
They
very accurate.
Get them.
Yes.
You get good ones.
Yeah, there's a trick. You have to use both eyes, and if you keep your head level, your binocular vision, stare at your target, then your blowgun will actually point directly at your target. I got very good at a blowgun and a dartboard. Yeah.
Listen, you can have a wrist rocket and a blowgun, and you can get a lot done.
Yes, you can, man.
I do like this version too. I remember thinking it was an interesting blend of like the two of them, right? So the first one had the alpha goggles, and then the second one had the visor, and then this is like somewhere in between, or like a smaller, like a different style goggles. And dude, just the two big crazy sicko knives on the front. And I even thought that I'm sure there's a name for it. The three pieces that are connected and swing around. I thought that was cool. I was like, shit out of somebody with that thing.
The most gangster thing about this entire figure is if you read the comics, there was 3 cats that were going to torture and kill Snake Eyes, and they all wore different parts of that outfit. And they were called the Payne Brothers.
That's right.
And Snake Eyes busted out of this, killed these 3 cats, and he merged with all their shit on. And it was like,
cool.
What? And they made a figure of it. Now, come on.
It's like,
now that's kind of weird because he killed 3 guys. They were kind of in very S&M gear.
Oh, dude. So, like, the one guy had pants, one guy had no pants in the shirt.
Yes!
I know. Yeah.
No, seriously. Like, one guy, they are in S&M and they're brothers.
Straight up, yeah.
They're straight up. They're about to stuff something up his ass. He escaped.
That guy's going to get pregnant that day. He stopped it.
He takes their clothes and he keeps it. He keeps wearing it, which is weird. Right. I don't think that's okay.
You might be safe to say the Snake Eyes might be using that vending machine.
Right.
He's talking about who can blow well. Apparently, G.I. Dave is the best.
Yo, dude. Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah.
Dude, I think you can get them on.
Keep your eyes, both eyes on the target.
Dude, we made our own rounds for blowguns too, because all you do is you take the little yellow end that actually scoop the air, and they came with spikes and all these other things. So we started. We were shooting. Me and my buddy, we'd party down and we'd shoot models with our blowguns, but we would make like different type of ammunition, like taking screw heads and stuff like that and putting them backwards. Dude, some of the stuff that we made with blowguns was awesome, and I would not want to get hit by it. Trust me.
Definitely not. I think you can buy them on Amazon now too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice. All right, let's talk about some other ninjas. Here we've covered Snake Eyes. Okay, let's talk about Ninja Force in general. All right, somebody explain to me this phenomenon, because I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but if you look at almost all of Ninja Force is Italian. Are you aware of this? They're almost all.
You did point that out.
All Italian. They're all of Italian last names. So if you're looking at Nunchuck, right, Italian.
Is he the Baldoni guy or something like that? Like they're
Balducci, Ralph Balducci.
Yeah.
They all have Italian names. So where's it coming from? There's not a single Asian.
Jersey.
There's a lot of Jersey. There's a lot of Jersey too. I think they're from Jersey.
For sure.
There's not one Asian in Ninja Force, by the way.
Right.
All of them are Italian.
Which is crazy. Which is totally crazy. And hilarious. Ralph Balducci.
Now, I do feel like Italians would have nunchucks, right? Like there's an Italian thing. There's an Italian guy who has nunchucks.
Dude,
some tough guy. Yeah, some tough guy. Yeah.
Dude, when I went in the
that guy Roadblock, right?
In the early 2000s, I went with a buddy of mine when the internet first, you could start buying stuff. I believe it was on eBay. My buddy found a Mustang, a cherry Shelby 5.0 Mustang. We took bus down. Long story short, we took a bus down. This dude was as prototypical Italian. He was like 20 something, still lived with his parents. His parents made this huge dinner for us because we were coming down to buy the car. And this dude 100% had the katana set with a black cloth, and it had a couple ninja stars on it, and that was on his dresser. Not and he was like, called the black hair, the whole thing.
He's retired Ninja Force, dude.
Right. Probably fucking Balducci.
Yeah.
Somebody
on X actually brought up a really good point that so what is Ninja Force? Because you've got Cobras that are labeled Ninja Force too. So, so was that just a subline? Was it an official team?
Yeah.
You know,
and not only that, I've seen like online in different places that Classified is doing more Ninja Force, like more Ninja Force. Jinx part of Ninja Force, I think, or something now. Or
we got a Ninja Force 2-pack coming out. We don't know what's in it.
Oh, okay.
I think some people said it's Snake Eyes Jinx. I hope it's not. I hope
that's what I think I saw. Snake Eyes and Jinx or something.
I hope they do Dojo or something. Somebody, because I want Dojo. He's cool. He's like the last cool one. No, Bonsai's kind of cool. Ralph Balducci grew up in your neighborhood, Jersey Eddie. Nice. Yeah, it makes sense. He is. Yeah, he is a Jersey guy, I think. Ralph, that figure though, by the way, this figure is fucking awesome.
Awesome.
It is one of the best figures they've ever made.
The way his nunchucks fold in the back of his belt, tight.
The swords lining up in his
tight.
Everybody I know that has it says the same thing, that it's one of the best classified.
And it's one of those, because I was at the time they came out with it, I was like, they're really going hard on ninjas here. They had, because they had come out with Kamakura, they'd come out with a lot of ninjas because it was before we had anybody. You know what I mean? This is like year 3 or 4, I think.
Right.
And you're like, they're really making this guy this early? This is 2023. They made him really early, but he's so good.
It's good. Good figure. Yeah.
Definitely got him. If you haven't got him, get him. So fucking good. Roadblock, are you a completionist? Do you buy everything?
Man, I was starting out that way, brother, until I started looking at those receipts, man. I'm like, yo, what the, I'm counting it up, and I'm like, man, it's like they call it the sickness, man, and I'm just like, I'm like, I gotta get it. Then I'm thinking, like, do I even like this guy? You know what I mean? I'm not even
right.
I'm not. I have to get it right. And then I'm, at one point I told it all up, and I'm like, man, I gotta chill. You know what I mean? Because it's just crazy. You know what I mean? And I think it came to the point where like the spoiler came out and everybody's talking about the price, and then I started looking at my stuff, and I'm like, maybe there's something to that. So I had to kind of chill a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not a completionist by any means. If I don't like it, I don't even bother with it. But wait, G.I. Joe guy. I think I saw your photos.
It was awesome. That was a good one.
Those are great. You had him climbing. He's so good. Yeah, this figure's so good. Are you completionist, G.I. Dave?
I was 100% a completionist, and I would buy an opener and one to keep in the box until Road Pig. And Road Pig was the one that I looked at, and I was just like, this is not the Road Pig that I wanted. And like, honestly, from that point forward, it was pick and choosy for me, because it was like a big realization moment that like, okay, so they're making stuff in their image, and that's cool, and people love it and stuff like that. But to me, Road Pig was straight out of Mad Max. Not like he's the Road Pig that I've got, man. He looks like his head was from the movie Frozen. You know what I mean?
The original Road Pig looked like Brian Bosworth. You know what I mean?
His wild card said he was so ugly, his mom had to hang a pork chop from his neck to play with the dog.
Right.
Yo, I didn't ever think about his head sculpt until I heard Dave say that one time before, and I looked at him. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yes, he was the ugliest cat, and his mom didn't even like him, man. It was so ugly, he had to hang a pork chop from his neck to play with the dog. That's a file card, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't like him. Now I don't like Road Pig because G.I. said that, so I'm like, fuck.
And he had the arm crossbow. I mean, he had that shield. He was straight out of Mad Max. And at that time, we didn't have nothing Mad Max except for those Tonka trucks. You know what I mean? So like to get Mad Max Road Pig for me, that was one of my top tier figures. And then the Classified came out, I was like, he came with too much for me. I didn't need the dog, I didn't need the shield, I didn't need none of that extra helmet or anything. I just
pig head is good though. That pig head is awesome.
The Road Pig, the difference for me, it was kind of a letdown because the OG Road Pig, he was big, but he was yoked. So I was dude. You know what I mean? So he wasn't like fat or anything. He was just yoked. And that was the first, from what I remember, the OG figure that was really yoked up like that. And so I love, and we had Big Bo and some other guys, but he was on another level. So I'm like, oh, he's sweet. I remember I put Iron Grenadier's legs on him. So he was like a ninja, but yoked. That's how I kind of mixed him up. That's pretty cool. So I was like, he was my favorite. And then when I seen this one, I was like, oh, this is not,
and in the comic, he had this dual personality to where he was like extremely intelligent and would speak in like Shakespearean in like high class Shakespearean tones, and then he would flip right over to like stumbling, talking like a Hulk. You know what I mean? But he could still bust through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
And he was obsessed with Zorana.
Right. Dude, if anybody's wondering, this nunchuck is available on Big Bad Toy Store for $25.99, which is
it's so good. When is Anchor Viper coming back to have a Japanese undie machine? Jersey Eddie said, "I love you," which I think is a response to that comment, but I'm not sure. Jersey Eddie also says, I love you took the moniker Roadblock, but you're more of a heavy duty vibe. It's because he's got hair. You got hair, man.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You gotta shave and get the mustache.
That's why. That's why I do. I mean, a lot of people don't like that new version of Roadblock, but I mean, I kind of altered him. But I like him, man, because he's got the beard. You know what I'm saying? And so kind of mix it up. Obviously,
the LA
Island
Bouncer Club Roadblock.
Yeah, the club bouncer. Yeah.
I hate that thing.
Well,
I threw the scarf over him. So
it looks better like that.
The Night of the Rocks wearing a tight shirt, you know what I mean? So he's not wearing that like.
I hate that.
I had to put something on him. Once I put that scarf on him, I was like, okay, bet he's okay, cool.
He's got that mesh shirt shit. Bad.
They kind of did him dirty, leaving him like that. But so I had to fix him up.
It's like, how is he even Roadblock? He doesn't even look like a Roadblock in any way, man.
I had to mix him up. Now he's okay. He's good to go.
I think you gotta have him on. Roadblock has to have a mustache.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I have all of them, man. He's the dude. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Is he your favorite character?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think I've said this on Destro's show. I love Roadblock because he was bigger than everybody. When I was a little kid, I was bigger than everybody in my class. So, and I was kind of weird about that. You know what I mean? I would come home and I'd be like, man, it's kind of weird. People making fun of me. And then I see Roadblock on G.I. Joe, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. That's my guy. Right, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, it's better to be smaller in your class, man. I'll tell you. You don't want that shit.
If you haven't seen the comics, you need to see the first appearance of Roadblock in the G.I. Joe comics because it's a General Flag's funeral, and all the Joes are in their dress uniforms, and there's a Rattler going to come and slay all the Joes. And it's the first time you see Duke and Roadblock. Roadblock zaps this Rattler with his 50, and it's the only time that I feel like that was the Duke that I wanted.
Yeah,
like you got like 4 or 5 panels of Duke talking, and that was Duke for me, and then it just went away.
Right.
But first appearance of Roadblock in Marvel is awesome, dude.
It is awesome.
Yeah, Roadblock is one of the best characters.
Yes,
he had a great run. Devil's Due. He had his own Devil's Due run. He has his own cooking show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's a great episode where he has a cooking show and all the Dreadnoks show up and he just beats the fuck out of them.
Is that the comic that Conrad showed me where he's riding on top of the food truck?
I think so.
That I think is the newest one. They just came out with one, and Roadblock was just introduced in Energon, and it was a great introduction. He fights the Crimson Twins, and he has his own food truck, and it's a great intro. It's really really good. Yeah.
Dude, I started reading some of that Energon universe. My brother Evan sent me a few of them, bro. That Destro one where he gets in the war with the Crimson Twin. Fucking forget it, dude. That is an amazing comic.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best ones I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, the Destro miniseries, amazing.
Yeah. It's fucking incredible.
What I love about it, it's like they played Destro. It's like half weird cultish, like the Destro, and then half like Shaft.
Right.
He's just
Right.
cool. You know, he's got like
Yeah.
he comes in, he's all stylish, he's like dressed like, you know, pimpish, he's a total badass, he gets the girl. It's like everything you want in that Destro miniseries is the best. That's the best.
Definitely. Yeah. He's I believe the kids call it aura.
Yeah.
But no, like
he's got that vibe. He's got that vibe.
Yeah. He has the vibe, and definitely worked.
But like you were saying, though, he goes to the Scottish Highlands. He consults the elders. Like there's some mysticism about that, right? And it just adds to it's really fucking awesome.
But then he's just the coolest guy, and
right.
It's just like it's exactly why we love.
Definitely.
Nice. So all right, well, here's a good question because I know who your favorite character is, Roadblock, obviously, and I know who your favorite character is, Michael, because it's Destro, obviously. Who's your favorite character? Dave, who's your favorite character? I just call you.
If I'm gonna go like in the comics, I'm probably gonna say somebody like Stalker. Just because like he's probably the most grounded in reality of the characters.
Yeah.
And like I said, the first appearance of Duke, those couple of panels are probably my favorite character of anybody in that whole run. But as for like somebody to collect, Major Blood's really kind of my favorite out of all of them because I think he's probably so underdeveloped. I don't see that they should have really made him this wicked guy that was chased by the whole world as this war crimes guy, you know what I mean? And Cobra picked him up because he is the nastiest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
Instead of like I just talked about this on Serpentor's Lair where he captures Ace and Duke, and instead of just killing them on the spot, I'm going to take you to a snake pit and throw you in a snake pit type.
Yeah.
No. My Major Blood is going to gun you down and probably might even wear your skin.
Yeah. Now, if you're reading, are you reading Energon Universe?
No, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of modern comics.
Okay.
So I'll pick up a trade paperback when it's done, just because it seems like modern comics just take so long to get to a story these days. So. This run is amazing, but I'll tell you, picking them up and like paying the $5 an issue is not fun. Luckily, they're all online for free, and although the website is down currently, I think buying it, for this line, it's so good though. But your Major Blood is huge in this Energon run, and he's the most evil. He's exactly what you want him to be.
Yes,
he's and that's the Energon
badass. Yeah. Not changing him at all, but he is just like ruthless, brutal.
I got to get into it.
Baroness takes his eye.
Conrad's been telling me I got to get into it. I got to listen to it.
You really got to.
I think you do.
Honestly,
I would say so.
First of all, ultimately, if you read the comics, it will take you about a half an hour to read the whole run.
Right.
It's not, how comics are. They're just so short. It's like it pisses you off because $5, spend $5 a comic. But so it took me a while. But if I wanted to sit down and read them all like right now again, it would probably take me maybe at about an hour.
I honestly can't co-sign what Mark is saying enough. One besides that Destro one that I was talking about, probably my favorite one I think that I've read so far is Blood's Revenge. Because they introduced Beachhead and there's Night Force, Flint, and Lady J, and there's just it's pretty fucking badass, dude. Like again, I am not a connoisseur of the original comics, although I do have the compendiums and I have been rifling through just so I can be more knowledgeable in that way. And I have to say, dude, that the Energon universe is fucking awesome because everything that I'm reading so far, it's not like there's Transformers necessarily. It's just there's the Energon. The Commander's got the Energon and the world's changing. Destro's
one Transformer.
Right. Yeah. It's really, really good. It's really good.
It's the best version of Cobra Commander and the best version of Duke. I've never liked Duke, and I love him in the Energon universe. Cobra Commander I've always loved, but he's the best Duke. All right, so who's your favorite?
It's so good. It's so good. I wonder, and I've heard people kind of say this, if they're going to restart the line with the Energon. You know what I mean? People are about to do the Duke, right? Everybody's, oh, this is the Energon Duke, and they're trying to see if people like it or not. It just seems like maybe that makes sense. I don't know, but I wonder about that, if they're going to try to restart the line with this, or I'm for sure they're going to come out with something with the movie. I'm assuming maybe, but I wonder with this, what they're going to do as far as figure wise.
I think cartoon is I think if they waited till here's my take is, do the cartoon like they're going to. Make it R-rated. 100%. Or Invincible, because Invincible is a cartoon now. The reality is, kids today, they watch Invincible. They don't give a fuck that's R-rated. My kids, the biggest thing in their world is Demon Slayer, which is like super violent. Incredibly brutal, way farther than anything we would have watched, but they were all into it by the time they were like 10, which is honestly, if we think about it, in G.I. Joe, when you were a kid as G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe of your world was fucking brutal. Am I right?
Right.
It wasn't like you were playing by the cartoon rules.
No.
Your G.I. Joe was chainsawing people's fucking
no doubt.
Right.
Right.
was a flat out sniper. I don't give a shit about night.
Yep.
No night spotter or whatever.
Same thing.
No one bought that shit. Only your mom bought that shit.
He was Chris Kyle before Chris Kyle.
Yeah, right. He was a sniper. We all knew it was brutal.
Right.
There was nobody's jumping out of the fucking plane. Snake Eyes was taking people out with swords and machine guns and shit. So it doesn't really change things. It's just like they're being more honest about it. If they make it R-rated, they're not going to get the kids. Kids are not where collecting's at. I think what's going to happen with collecting is it currently is a 50-year-old man thing, 40 or 7-year-old man thing. It's going to become a teenager thing. I think you're going to see teenagers on. Because teenagers
are into it.
Love fucking dorky shit. They love anime. They love. That's where it goes. I think. I don't think. I think you try to get the kids. You honestly won't. If you try to get the teenagers, I think you'll get the kids. So if they make just make it like Invincible. That show is. Maybe it doesn't have to be that brutal, because that show is. Does anybody watch it? Is anybody a fan?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
It's good. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it 3 times.
I stumbled upon it and I watched. I think it's what is the end. I saw that first and I was like, wait a minute, where he fights a bunch of the other guys and kills most of them or something like that. I think that's I don't know if that's the end, but it's towards the end for sure. And I kind of circled back and watched it. It's excellent. It's excellent.
It's the first episode.
Yeah, my son's not in. My son he liked G.I. Joe when he was little. You know, I mean, we played G.I. Joe, but. When I told him about what you were talking about with the Invincible thing, because he showed me Invincible, and when I told him, "Hey, dude, they're coming out with a Joe thing that's going to be made by the same Invincible stuff, and it's going to be like that kind of adult," my son said, "All in," and he's a collector actually.
Yeah,
so he goes to the same place as me. He likes Transformers and other things like that. So he's actually, he's a consumer of different stuff. But as soon as he heard about that Invincible G.I. Joe thing. All in. He's like, I'm there, no problem.
He just graduated.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 kids, 18 and 16.
Boys?
My oldest is a boy, and my daughter Abby, she's 16.
Nice. Okay.
So, and right now they're in this big Pokemon thing now. So,
my kids are obsessed.
And the rest of the world.
Yeah. How about you? You're an empty nester. You said, how old are your kids?
Yeah, man. 26 and 19, man.
Shit, did you get them into G.I. Joe or girls or boys?
My oldest, no way. She was like, I'm good. But my youngest, she was into everything. Christmas Day, we was Marvel, Batman, Bane, Tron, Thundercat. She had the Sword of Omens running around the house. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah. So she was like my little partner. She still is. She's probably watching a little bit tonight. So.
Nice.
Yeah, she asked me about the figures today. She's always checking in and what's going on. So that was my little partner in crime when it came to figures. She was definitely into it. She loved Bane and the Dark Knight and all that stuff. She still sends me Bane emojis and little things and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. She's all about that guy. So yeah,
that's awesome.
I was lucky in that way. Yeah.
What about I know you have 2 girls, obviously.
Yeah, the twins are 11.
Yeah, shit, okay. Yeah.
They, there's sort of an interest. I think they really like the female characters, and they really like the retro gung ho. They just think it looks super cool. They love it. They absolutely love it.
One of my favorite figures of all time.
It's interesting that McBride said that too.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Oh yeah.
I do get the girls to help with so when I first started setting up like photo shoots and stuff, they were really into it. They wanted to help. Then every once in a while, what they'll do is, because I'm in the studio on this side of the basement, the finished side that's right over there. The family desktop's down here. It's like a living room setup, and so sometimes they're down here when I'm down here, and they'll come over, and what they'll do is they'll like take a notebook and they'll look at all my figures are in the bins and stuff right over there, and they'll go through and they'll like make a list, and they'll be like, okay, here's who we want to make a shoot with, and they sometimes they follow through, sometimes they don't. It's all about time and when I'm down here too. But like one time they pulled out when I had just opened the Crimson Strike team, which is the twins and the Baroness. They're all red. I had just opened that, and they were like, "Oh my god, they look awesome!" So they took those 3 and did a shoot. But then they went through. They picked out the Gung Ho and a bunch of like green, green Joes, like that. Particular green. And they did it like they set it up. They took a bunch of Sys 3D Arsenal stuff and put it up there too. The Mo's Mind outpost, and they made a whole scene. I posted it, I think, on Twitter a while back. But they're into it, and I can get them. They also,
cool when you can like share shit with your kids, It's
100%, dude. It's like my favorite thing. And this figure here, I just happen to have in here. So I got this in the mail, and I opened. It's so good. I opened it up, and I was like, "Oh, hey, girls, remember the Baroness? This is the new Baroness." And they were both like, "Slay."
Like Agent Helix, man. Get
Helix is dope.
Helix. Oh, so good.
Helix is
so good.
Operative says 14, 16, like anime. Yeah, my kids are anime obsessed. So for me, I got my kids. They really love to play with the figures, but they make their own world. They don't know anything about G.I. Joe lore or very, very little. But they'll take the figures. We have like a whole like fantasy. They're really into fantasy worlds. So we do more awesome. We do more of like a mix. Anything that works in the fantasy world, we'll throw in. Ninjas work really well. Savage Crucible works well. He-Man stuff, and then a lot of the G.I. Joe shit, like Royal Guards and whatever. Or they'll do whatever, but they kind of make their own thing up. They don't really know much about G.I. Joe. My daughter loves Scarlet because her name is Scarlet, and she knows that's why her name is Scarlet. And it's very cool. But she likes to make Destro and the Baroness go to like the mall and shit, and like
that's cool.
Make dinner, you know what I mean, and then not necessarily kill anybody, although every once in a while. All right, ninjas. Yeah. So who's your favorite Italian ninja? In the chat. Who's your favorite Italian ninja? I'm gonna go with Ralph Balducci. They made a version of this guy in the last year of G.I. Joe, I think. His name is Nunchuck. He does not come with nunchucks.
Crazy.
But also Italian ninja. I think he's also Italian. One of them's a Jewish ninja, which is
yes.
Bushido is a Jewish ninja. He's the only. Most of them are Italian. He's the only Jew. What's your favorite Ninja Force member? Knowing that Ninja Force in general is mostly crap. What do you like out of Ninja Force? So here's the Jewish ninja.
But he looks pretty cool though.
It does.
He looks bad. It's a stupid fucking idea because he's a snow ninja and he just likes it.
Yeah.
But he's Jewish. How's that add up?
Well, isn't the Arctic Storm Shadow Ninja Force? Isn't that the Arctic Storm Shadow? I think is that the Ninja Force also?
Yeah, that's Ninja Force. Yeah, that's a pretty solid. That's a solid figure.
That's decent. That's decent. The classified is all right. I think they messed up a little bit. Something with the joints or something on that. My brother Bearded Sumo sent me that one, and it's cool. It's a cool looking figure. I like it.
The fact that they made Arctic Storm Shadow before they made Storm Shadow was like, fuck you.
It was so crazy. That's so crazy.
No.
Why would they do that to us?
And it's not really a good figure. It was chased so hard, but it's not a good figure.
No, it's not good. Yeah. So we got this guy. We got Bushido. He's probably my least favorite. We got Kamakura. I
like that figure.
That's a great.
That is a cool one.
Yeah, and he becomes Throwdown in the which is the stupidest bullshit in all of GI Joe. By the way, in the comic book, basically Snake Eyes dies, becomes Don Moreno, who I love. I do love Don Moreno.
Sure. Great.
Are you guys buying the Don Moreno figure? This is Don Moreno.
I got it. It's awesome.
I haven't got it yet. I need to get it.
Motherfucker, I get Can I tell you that I get nothing on time? That I only buy from the places that sell me shit not on time.
And you're literally in Rhode Island, right?
I have never gotten. I don't have my despoiler yet. I have not gotten my despoiler yet. No matter what company I buy from, if it's Hasbro, forget it. You're never getting it.
You still haven't got the despoiler?
I don't have it.
Wow.
I ordered it.
Oh, no shit.
I ordered it the day everybody ordered it. I do not have mine yet.
That's the worst.
Comic card. So if you're not familiar with the lore here, Don Moreno, Snake Eyes dies, which is stupid. It's terrible. It's a terrible comic book.
It's killing Superman. It's so dumb.
It's so bad, but it's worse because it's shitty. I hated it. Stefan Herzog says he grew up with an Italian dude named. There's a thing. I think it's a thing. I think there are a lot of Italian. You're convincing me that Italian ninjas are a thing.
It reminds me of the Eddie Murphy skit where the Italians would come out watching Rocky. Maybe the Italians went and seen ninjas and they were like, "Yo, yay, we need to get some swords and size now."
Roadblock, you said your dad was a martial artist, right?
Oh man, big time, man. I couldn't escape it, man. I'm talking about the meditation. Listen, brother, before a basketball game, he said, man, you got to meditate in the morning, you got to game day, you got to meditate. I'm talking about, but it did help. It was legit. And it's a funny story, man. I'm in the CBA. I got drafted into the CBA after college.
Oh, shit.
And so, yeah, it was dope. And I'm playing at the Rockford Lightning. It was kind of like what the G League is now. And so we had a guy, Linton Johnson, who was kind of bouncing back from the Chicago Bulls back to our team, right? And he was my roommate. We played the same position. This guy was phenomenal. I'm like, dude, I want to be like him, right? And I'm telling you, the first game, we're at home. He's in a hotel room, and he's like practicing. He's doing his martial arts stuff. He's doing stuff my dad did. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, shit, it's real shit right here. But he's like 6'9", and he's doing all this stuff. And then at the game, he's got 30 points. You know what I mean? He's like, wow. We're at the bar. He's like, I told you. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm trying to do it myself. So it's crazy, man. Yeah.
I used to do some I used to do a little transcendental meditation, and now I try to sit down and close my fucking eyes, I just fall asleep in like 30 seconds. So I can't really do it as much anymore. But
right? When you turn 40, man turns 40, basically narcoleptic.
Yes.
Every one of us.
You are low grade narcoleptic.
My girlfriend was like, you can literally fall asleep at any fucking time.
Anywhere, noisy, everything. Just let me go like this.
Movie, forget it. I'm out.
Did you see the other Italian addition to the ninja?
Ralph Macchio's Italian, right, man?
Right.
Honestly, I think there is a thing to the Italian.
There's something going on.
Something to it. There's no question.
Harry Hama, who did it all, so he's the guy. So, Roadblock, did you do martial arts? Did your dad get you into it, or?
No, man. I never really got into it, man. It's weird because it was kind of his thing, but I was so into sports and stuff, so it was kind of like, it was funny because he played football, but he didn't play basketball and baseball, some of that stuff. But I wish I did, to be honest, man, because as you get older in college and pros, a lot of the same stuff you learn in terms of discipline, in terms of focus and all that stuff, pros really do. And I had to learn as a rookie that I would watch guys that were millionaires that were on my team, and they would be so disciplined where they would, be quiet to themselves, or they'd work out by themselves before the game or after the game. They would do so much stuff that was kind of similar to what my dad was talking about, and I didn't want to hear it, right?
That's cool.
So as I got older, I kind of realized that some of those same things, some of the professional guys that were really good that I knew, they really kind of had that same kind of traits. So, it did kind of translate once I got older and saw that. So, it was kind of cool.
Where's Bobby B buy from overseas? Yeah, I think he does. I think he has a person overseas because he's always and he's the best review guy, I think.
I agree. I like how he talks about the kid outs and stuff like that. It's the same kind of stuff I would be talking about.
That's why I don't even bother anymore. I started doing reviews when I started the channel. I don't even bother. No. One, I'm never gonna get them. I'll be like 6 months after everybody. So I don't know. Where do you guys do? You get your shit on time? Because I am literally the last person to get everything.
I was Amazoning most of the stuff.
Yeah. So I'll pre-order it from Pulse, but then if it pops up on Amazon and it's coming sooner, I'll just buy the one from Amazon and sometimes cancel. Or if it's like hard to get, sort of, or people are finding it sold out in a lot of places, maybe I get the extra one. But no, I mean, I'll always pre-order because you never know. Like, especially if you're ordering from like fucking Walmart, who's gonna probably cancel your order. I'll like put 2 or 3 orders into fucking Walmart and then also on Pulse, and then hopefully I get one of them. You know, at Walmart.
I'm still riding the line with Cobra Commander because I got that cheap price locked in with the new Cobra Commander at GameStop, and I have not been canceled yet. So
there's
different prices on that Cobra Commander. I saw there was way different prices for.
Yeah.
Dude, it came out originally. What was it, $59, and then it was. 69 or
Entertainment Earth.
Me and Destro Designs here are gonna be waiting for ours because I got his.
Yeah, that's awesome. Appreciate it.
We're gonna get it last.
Right.
We're gonna get it last. All right, let's talk about what some of these the ninjas that they haven't made yet, or some of the ninjas. We got comment here.
That's a good call.
We've got a lot of, and then we'll call it a night, I think. But we've got a lot. There's a lot to make. One here is, and some that they have made. Before we get in, here's one. This kind of brings up the RZA as Blind Master. This is a great fucking figure. This was one of the coolest casting moments in any movie.
Yes,
and I hope if they make the Blind Master, they go with they go with this one. This was this whole line. Figure line.
That is peak GI Joe for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
GI Joe.
Pursuit of Cobra, right? Or
this is Retaliation line.
And, wasn't it like 30th Retaliation, Pac? It was like 3 things into one, but it was all the same quality.
Yeah, they came out with the Quinn figure.
That Quinn, bro.
That's my favorite.
Yes.
Thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
And even like that Cyber Viper and the Zombie Vipers and all the weird ones, like new figures, Shadow Tracker, and that wave. I wonder if Bobby Valla worked on that wave it's basically the Predator team when Shadow Tracker's the Predator.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the Predator team for me.
No, he worked on something after that, I think.
Okay. Because whoever made that line was a huge fan of Predator, man.
He worked on the Collectors Club stuff.
Gotcha.
I don't think he was there for the Retaliation line, from my memory, because he and I talked about it relatively recently. But this line was so good.
Yep. So even the Cobra Commander, they just recently only beat that Cobra Commander with the Haya, and I would still argue that the ultimate Cobra Commander from that line is probably still the best.
Oh, we got greetings, hello, Sir Green Lantern. Nice to see you here.
Welcome.
Yes. They gotta make Billy Kessler.
I agree.
Soft Master, Hard Master. Now they did make a Hard Master figure once. That was a decent figure. But this RZA figure is.
I do hope they give that. Somebody had a good idea that they could do a 3-pack of the masters: the Hard Master, Soft Master, the Blind Master.
Oh, I'd be all for it, man. I would buy that, no problem. And a Billy Kessler, I would definitely want, like you said, the white Storm Shadow outfit, and then have a replaceable arm and a leg, and then a different head with the eye patch after the incident. That would be cake for me. That would be awesome.
That's a no-brainer for me. Like that. Yeah. They've made them a couple of times, but I don't know why they don't go out.
Weren't they all like exclusives, like club exclusives?
Yeah, they weren't.
So, it wasn't like you could go out to the store and get a Billy.
No, that's sad to me. He's such for the comic book. He's one of the best characters. I think
I agree. Starting right with Major Blood and Baroness trying to get him to kill his old man.
Yeah. This would be another cool one. Pale Peony.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, especially she had a really cool look in the Devil's Due. So she's like a pink Russian ninja.
It's pretty dope.
Very cool look. I would love to see what they do with this thing. So there's a lot of ninjas they could make. My favorite ninja of all time, other than Storm Shadow, of course, would be this one.
Ooh.
This thing is one of the greatest figures ever made. This, to see what Classified would do with this guy would be unfucking believable.
What is that?
This is one of your most wanted classifieds, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So
this is what's that?
I was just saying you had some amazing pictures of this figure. Classified would be unreal.
Now I bought one of these. This is the last figure review I did because I bought him recently on eBay. He's a Sigma 6 figure.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if did any of you guys buy the Sigma 6 stuff?
I got into it for a while. I really like the vehicles, the small scale stuff. And some of that stuff was great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they were transitioning in the last year of Sigma 6. They were gonna make this guy the main villain, and so he's an Arashi Kage master who I don't know. He flips evil. But what you don't see is on his back, he has the Arashi Kage symbol.
So he's human.
It's all light piping.
Oh.
So when you shine the light through it, it just lights up. His whole back is an Arashi Kage symbol. Oh. And he has these two faces, and he can get different powers from his face mask. But he can throw shuriken with his feet. So I'm hoping Classified makes him, and they give him that ability where he can throw shuriken with his feet. And he just came out with this crazy loadout of weapons. He's huge. Yeah, he's massive. And he's so badass. He's one of the coolest looking.
What's his name?
The Dark Ninja Master.
That's okay.
Coolest figures they've ever made. Actually, is he right there? No, I don't have him. Yeah. Such an awesome figure. And I really hope they make him. I mean, you never know what they're going to make now. They're making bullshit. They're coming up with their own stuff, synapse and all that stuff. I appreciate it. I'm not saying it's bullshit in a really negative way. I'm enjoying their creativity. I hope it continues now that we have a new person. We're going to find out who this new person is. Do we know?
Is it this week that he's coming out? The
SDCC reveal, as far as I know. Yeah, they're gonna reveal the new team.
Who this person is? I've been out for a couple weeks. What are the rumors?
I haven't heard any rumors either. I've actually asked.
Chat must have rumors. I guarantee you, Serpentor's Lair. No, you probably know some shit, right?
I wonder, is that guy gonna want to come in and be compared to Lenny and the rest of those guys? You know what I mean? Does he want to? Does he want to do something new? It's like a new coach, right? A new coach wants his own coaching staff, his own new team, because they don't want to be compared to what came before. So I really wonder if that was a thing. I don't, obviously I'm just speculating, but he said, hey, I'll come on, but I want to do my own thing. Because most people, when they're at that level, they want to do something their own, not be compared to the old. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, with all the energon, the movie, a new person, he might do something new. I don't know.
It's a perfect point for that too, because like I said, I had a realization today when my son was like, "I'm into that Duke. I'd buy that Duke." If that's appealing to the new audience, that's more important than appealing to me anymore. Because I've got Flash, I've got Grand Slam on the way. After that, I'm running out of gas. They need to appeal to a new audience.
Are they gonna? Are they really gonna? I don't think they're gonna.
They need that cartoon. They need that marketing, man. When you back then, you had a 30-second cartoon trying to sell a $1 comic.
Thank you.
Without their cartoon, they're fucked.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Anybody. They tried to appeal to a new audience when they started the line. They did bullshit like the goofy fucking Operation Blackout game. Somebody says Night Creeper Leader. Yeah, here we go. Night Creeper Leader. I never liked this design. Never liked him. I don't understand how this guy leads the Night Creepers. Why does he look nothing like the Night Creepers? Why is he wearing his pajama pants to go fight?
Where's his fucking shirt?
Yeah, wear a shirt. He doesn't look like a Night Creeper. That kind of sucks. But I mean, yeah, you need him. We need him. I want him.
You know what? I think that's one of those designs that I think if they put out in classified now, I think we'd shit our pants.
I agree with you. I think he sucks. I think he sucked as. I think this figure sucks. If they did him right, they probably. I think he was a misfire as a kid.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like a Night Creeper. They're so cool looking. The Night Creepers are one of the coolest things ever. You know,
I agree.
Well, he was almost like a business guy, if I remember right in the comics. He ran the Night Creepers, but he wasn't out there with fighting with them and stuff. He was almost like the Tomax and Zaymot of their organization.
But he's just so stupid.
I'm not going to.
But you're right. They would kill it. They would absolutely kill it. So Big Redhead says Night Creeper leader would have looked better. And I mean, the Night Creeper, the classified Night Creeper is incredible. That's
it is
figure, yeah.
And the Dire one is good, dude.
So good. I bought one and I immediately bought two more. I had to have
this figure is crazy.
It's good.
The color's so good. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
All right. So let's talk about some they threw some ninjas at us early on. This figure is really underrated.
I like that a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Python Patrol Viper
repaint, but that skull mask,
it's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's dope.
So I've got my Python Patrol display right over there, and I have all the forces set up. I got like fucking 60 of them, like 30 on each side. There's 8 trouble bubbles. One of them's got the gridiron mech set up to it. But right on the gridiron mech, I've got my Python Patrol Copperhead who leads, and he's got his machete. But then right underneath him is the Viper holding up her sword because it looks awesome. It's just a crazy cool looking figure. Yeah. I love it. Very cool.
So Greenland says like in the deep cuts. Yeah, we give you some more deep cuts here. We got Saitan. This is a character from the Devil's Due comic book. And he is the original Storm Shadow in Argentina.
Yeah,
correct me in the chat.
or whatever.
Yeah. I think Argentina was called Satan, and he was a red Storm Shadow. And so in this in the Devil's Due, what they did is they created a character called Saitan. And they made him pretty evil. He rules the red ninjas, and there's a great thing. What he does is he takes Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow's training this girl, who he's in love with, and they kidnap her and they brainwash her, and until she wants to kill him, and he has to fight her to the death.
Oof.
And it's so good, right? Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
You read the comics. You're a big comic fan, right?
These storylines are so. A lot of times, it's the first time I'm hearing it because I was such a cartoon guy. I wish they would just, put that on mass, man. Do you tell some of those stories, man? God, it'd be so awesome if they could animate, do any, something that just keeps going. It can almost be like, and I always make this comparison. I know I told Destro this. Game of Thrones was so big because every Sunday, right? Everybody loved Game of Thrones. But afterwards, it was so much conversation about because it was so dramatic, right? Who's going to make it, who's not. And I hear when I hear stories like this, that's what it reminds me of. And I'm like, dude, you could get a whole new audience, get everybody else bought in. Now all these other random figures guys are buying for sure. I mean, the whole thing is just awesome. I don't know why they don't capitalize on stuff they already have. You know what I mean?
And admittedly, there's so many different continuities. It's hard to keep track of. This is Devil's Due, which is not even it's sort of everybody's forgotten about it. We're already 3 continuities back at this point. But
there was good stuff in there.
Yeah, there was. This Master and Apprentice. Yeah, Junko Akito is the girlfriend's name. It's so good. That series is incredible, and it plays to this Storm Shadow is very guilty because he's done a lot of horrible things and his actions have caused a lot of misery. And that's so I think key to his character, because you think about what he would have had to do to become Cobra Commander's assassin. It's not like he was sitting there pretending for years. He was murdering fuckers for money. You know what I mean? Even if he was doing it to find his uncle's killer, we get it.
But he's still doing some dirt,
Oh yeah, he's murdering probably tons of people
in extremely gruesome ways.
I mean,
listen, knife work Knife work is not like shooting bullets.
No,
Yeah.
no. I heard stats one time where the bayonet is one of the most least used weapons in all of modern combat, just because there's a psychological impact that soldiers do not want to put metal into another person, and that is from a bygone era, and we've lost that.
Oh wow, that's fucked up. Yeah. It would be great. Yeah. I think a Game of Thrones style like TV show would be the ultimate version. I totally
It would hit. It would hit. It would hit with. I don't know what that's about, but there's always seems to be, and we talked about it earlier with the Paramount thing, getting rid of that one guy. It just seems to be such a disconnect from the people up top to the people doing the story to the figure. It just seems like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like there's a formula there. And I know, people talked about even the movie would, if they were like, the Mass Device or the other, miniseries, you could do a movie on that. It just seems almost too easy to come up with something really good where it's a struggle.
Yeah. I think we would still argue here on like where we would start though. You know what I mean? Because I would say I would want it based in the 80s to show how advanced their technology was. Right. But then nobody's really going to want to see that with the Vietnam aspect. Most people are going to say, I want that advanced time forward. So it's really complicated. Where do you start?
I think you got to start. I would say you take the same story, you take and
advance it.
The LARP, but you make them in Afghanistan.
100%. I've said
and then it works completely. Yep. Just like I don't know that it can be a period piece. I think there's too much. Yeah, you want to be now. You want it to like appeal to this era, but you can use all the elements that he created. I think that's the key here. Is like there's so many
the core elements of that Marvel run is better than anything Star Wars has to offer. If you did it right.
Bold, but I mean, yeah, totally, man, totally. I love it. Hey, let's talk about one really underrated figure. I don't know if people hate it. This to me was one of the selling points of starting to buy this.
I love that one.
They redesigned him.
Yep.
They made him have a look, and he's so fucking cool. He's so loaded out with weapons. This is the first thing I ever bought. I bought like three or four of them.
No shit. Nice.
Because he just was so loaded out.
Yep.
Such a cool aesthetic. And that was the first thing for me. Like, I love ninjas. To me, the ultimate thing with ninjas is like, I don't like a lot of people say like, oh, I don't play. I take photos. I do this. Everybody's lying. There's a moment when you're bored in a Zoom meeting for your work or something. And you got Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and you've got three of these ninjas, and you are making them kill each other. There's no way you don't do it at least once. There's no way.
Right.
I guarantee it. Correct, right? But this is to me the perfect thing for that is like the ultimate, like very quick, like just let me have a little fight. You grab Storm Shadow, you grab Snake Eyes, and you grab three of these guys, and you just have them slaughter. Right, that to me is like that's the easiest fight, right?
Dude,
you play with these things.
See, I like how they did the Red Ninja there. They advanced him. They made him, like that. I want to see what they did with Quick Kick for Jinx. I want to attack Jinx. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the red training uniform. That's cool. She's in the dojo training, but I want tacked out Quick Kick and Jinx like that. That was really good. Really
I love Jinx. Jinx is one of my favorites.
Yep,
she's awesome. She's definitely awesome. I loved her in the movie. She's just a bad. She was a bad bitch.
That was awesome.
She got the best of Beachhead, bro. I had to give her respect. Beachhead was like besides Destro, Beachhead is like, I love them to death. So when that happened, I was like, oh damn. Matter of fact, I don't have it to show it, but my brother, just another jerk. His daughter draws a little bit, and she we did a trade, and he actually sent me his daughter drew the picture from the scene, where Jinx she's got the blindfold on, and she snaps the bags at the end of the stick, and it's her over the top of Beachhead. It's an awesome drawing. She's a bad bitch, totally awesome. Yo, that Red Ninja, that was one. I think that could have been the first classified that I was like, I don't know if I'm really interested in that. And then, you see it on eBay for like a good deal and you're like, oh, screw it. Because while not trying to necessarily be a completionist, I was like, I got the first wave just to say, oh, I got the first wave, right? Like here's, even though I'm not a big fan of that Duke or that Scarlet or whatever, but I was like, all right, I'll get like the first wave. And then I was like, oh, but then I got this one and the Gung Ho. And all right, so now I've got like the first 15. All I got to get is the Red Ninja. So I was like, all right, I'll get the Red Ninja. And as soon as I opened it, I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like the neck, shoulder pad, hood area, all that, flawless. And it's one of my favorite things is when you can have everything on the back. Everything stored. You got to have something in his hands, but that's that, dude. I mean, that
thing is crazy because he's got like 8 weapons.
Yeah, it's insane.
Everything.
So what he's got the size that go on the back of the belt, the 2 hook things that go in here, the long sword, the other sword, and then he's got the 2 hatchets in his hand. I think pretty much how you showed the picture, that's how I have mine hanging out, dude. It's freaking awesome.
You can everything. You fit everything. And then they made the blue ninjas, and they made them cooler. With the blue ninjas had that the Oni mask and the fox mask, which are traditional. That's great.
Blue ninjas,
that's not a bad set at all.
Nah, that once I got that Red Ninja, my opinion changed of the Blue Ninjas. I was like, oh, so they're awesome too. It's basically Vipra and the Red Ninja. That's the two same basic people. So I was like, all right, I still haven't actually gotten the Blue Ninjas, but they're somewhere. When I find a good deal, I'll pick those up.
I ended up grabbing a double set of them because I wanted to take the Slice and Dice set. Because Slice and Dice comes with so much shit, you can make 2 or 3 figures out of them. Unfortunately, the head peg does not match. So it has the same thought. Because my thought was I was going to take the other heads, like the dragon mask, and put them on the ninjas. Nothing. None of it.
That sucks.
This doesn't work, unfortunately, because it's an older version. Now they have made it so that all the heads do match. I'm pretty sure that any figure you buy, you're going to be able to swap heads now, but it's too old, so it didn't work. All right. Well, I don't want to I like these things to run around 2 hours or under. We're just over 2 hours.
Perfect.
So I'll just leave it to you guys. Any other thoughts on ninjas that we didn't cover here, or otherwise we'll talk about what we got going on and we'll move on.
I think my favorite image of ninjas from the Marvel comic line is issue 21, where Snake Eyes chucks a grenade and you see the red ninja with his perfectly drawn eyes and the grenade is right in front of his face. That panel is burned into my psyche. It was so well drawn, but you seen in his eyes, holy shit, death is right here and the grenade's right in his face. Unbeatable.
That moment actually encapsulates one of the greatest things about Snake Eyes, which is he's a ninja, but he's gonna use a fucking gun.
That's the thing, man.
He's gonna use a grenade and a gun.
I know, dude. It was gangster as hell. It was awesome.
He's not fucking around with swords when he can, blow
That's right.
Right. I think making Snake Eyes the way that they did, blending the ninja into a guy that basically having a guy that's carrying a machine gun but has swords on his back. That concept is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And to weld it together, of course, there's other aspects. He's mute. There's the backstory. There's a lot that goes on with Snake Eyes, but at the core of it, what makes him different than everybody else is that he's a ninja. He's a commando with ninja training, and there's nothing real. Everything sense that, even look at Deadpool. I think it's known that was made basically based on Snake Eyes.
Yeah, he said
it. But they just went to the total opposite end. We'll have him never stop talking, right? It's just which hey, listen, Deadpool was one of my when I collected comics, it was Punisher, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. They were once I discovered Deadpool, because he always had the cool weapons, and I loved the swords. It was just like Snake Eyes. So I feel like, having that aspect is great, and I do look forward to whatever ninjas they do come out with, I guess, because it's classified as basically been even if I hear that it's coming and I go, I don't know if I'm interested in that, I almost always go, oh, fuck, look at it. It's amazing. I got to get it now. Ninja Force Zartan being a good example of that. So when I was a kid, it was, with the Ninja Force and stuff, I was kind of aged out. I was kind of moving away as it was, and almost like I almost chalked up a lot of the guys like Bushido and Dojo, like those guys. I just kind of wrote off as the new Neon 90s, and I never paid that much attention. Which, if I had really looked and I was say continuing, I probably would have wanted to pick a few of them up because they've got. Like some card art looks a little goofy, but the figure's fine, whatever. But now that we're here and I'm getting the classifieds, I feel like I'll be interested to get whatever they come out with, and I'll die going that Snake Eyes to me should be mentioned in the pantheon of comic book characters.
100%,
absolutely unbelievable, and I love that they melded that together. It's could arguably be my favorite character of anything ever, right? I mean, Destro is my guy, but like. When you talk about Snake Eyes and how cool he's written and everything, if somebody said this is like the best character, I'd be like, yeah, there's really no argument to that.
One thing I'd like to add about Snake Eyes is I feel that he is like the complete, like the dichotomy of Cobra Commander, because in the Marvel comics, you had two guys that had everything taken away from them, but the only difference between them is Storm Shadow was the savior of Snake Eyes, because Snake Eyes was on the same route as Cobra Commander. But Storm Shadow said, no, man, you're coming home with me, family. Cobra Commander didn't have that. You know what I mean? So that's almost like a balance there that you can see.
That's cool. I like it. I can dig that.
Love that. Yeah, Commando surpasses Ninja. Agreed. Yeah, I like my Snake Eyes as art Commando, mostly Commando, who had some ninja training. Yeah, shows up, but it's not his identity.
I mean, I can get down with so the way that I have so I have when I'm doing photo shoots of Snake Eyes, I have him as mostly a Commando, right? I even like using the version 4 as a door kicker with Night Force and Shockwave, you know what I mean? But like I do take that one version where he's got the not the fifth the number 2 where he's mostly ninja, right? He's all black. He's got the visor on. I do like maybe having the idea of like Snake Eyes is just trying to slip in and out of this facility and not be seen whatsoever. He's not trying to fight. So now he's done just the ninja outfit. So for certain little instances, he can go full, not full ninja, but mostly ninja. And I think that's cool, but largely to the core, yes. 65 Commando, 35% ninja, and that really rounds it out for me for sure.
The coolest way is the Resolute Snake Eyes, where he's stalking.
Yes.
Just murdering people.
That scene.
It's just like you don't see him coming. He just cuts you in half.
He wingsuits in over the water like that. That is a great scene, man.
Where's his grenade belt? And he leaves when they pull the buddy down. And they pull the pins of the grenade. That's just.
It's kind of how he does it in Silent Interlude too. He invades.
Yes.
He goes one room by room. He murders everybody.
Right.
And then it's just he's just like you're like, oh, this guy's the most badass. He's the most fascinating character. He is actually my like Destro and Snake Eyes is also. I think what people don't realize, because you hear a lot of people who are like, I hate Snake Eyes. I'm sick of him.
Sure,
and I get it because when you see him as just the ninja, he's kind of boring. Right. But it's like you read the comic, he's the most complex character.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. And doesn't say a word.
Extremely. Yeah. When he was down and out in the cabin and Hawk came to him, that's a really powerful moment, especially for like seeing the my dad had a lot of ex-nom vets that were down, you know what I mean? And I knew Snake Eyes at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. And it's just like, so much tragedy. And he's just, and I even love like the romance with Scarlet.
100%.
Sure. Almost like opera.
There's even a scene where if you look at the ferry scene again, where maybe it's the ferry scene, where they're on the ferry boat. Scarlet's wearing yellow and green, which translates right to the Ninja Force.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. But all right. Well, it's been fun talking about ninjas. We'll be back next week. I think we're talking about, San Diego Comic-Con.
Ooh.
That's going to be dope. That's going to be dope. A lot to talk about.
What's your prediction?
I give up, man. Give up. I think it's going to be lame. I think we're going to
If you asked me 6 months ago, I would
no Thunder Machine. No Thunder Machine.
Fucking disappointment. That's I think.
I know.
I don't mean to be a bummer either. I just think it's gonna be.
No, just be realistic. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the two teams got to get speeded up. I think they got to get their bearings and then we'll get some stuff. You know what I mean? Now's the perfect time for them to re-release
thing that would solve it. Like if they come out and say Thunder Machine, fucking no complaints.
Right.
All you gotta do. Hasbro. Put out Thunder Machine is the only thing I care about. I mean, the Triple T, it's just like I was thrilled to get a vehicle. It's just the worst vehicle. It's the worst vehicle, right? And it's so stupid. Like I was just thinking about GI Dave here. Like I'm like, all right, you put a cockpit on it, but the angle of that cockpit,
it's so
it's gonna take every bullet.
True. It's not like glancing. It's just you're right up.
Yeah, you're still dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you're just collecting rockets.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna put a cockpit on the Fang, right? Like, because it's very similar things where in the I don't know if you've ever seen the Fans Hobby. My brother Dan, curator Dan collects. He's got the Fans Hobby.
That's the same company that makes these guys.
Yes, I think so, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I think Dave made a point about the Fang, which is it's quick.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not meant to protect. It's
right.
In and out. Okay.
Get in, and so I think I like when they give you options. Like for me, like the Triple T, the option of having the glass is good.
Thinking about it,
yeah. The Triple T is stupid, but the Fang is cool.
I'm gonna make a prediction that the new Triple T duplicates what they did with the Cup crossover transformer, and that back is gonna fold down, and it's gonna have a command center in the back. If you look at the side, there's a weird little black piece on the side that doesn't belong. And I'm gonna say that back piece folds down just like the Cup transformer, which was a awesome retcon, because then Sarge can actually park that thing, which I see as like a general purpose tractor type thing that you'd see in any military base, but he walks around and he's protected and he can actually get communications and direct troops from there.
It's funny you say that. When you look at it, and if you look at where the I'm going to make my hands so there's the track, right? This is the front, this is the back. When you look at the track and then you look at the plastic, it doesn't go up and then over the track. It just goes straight up, creating this odd space in the back. It just kind of caught my eye. And that's what, I mean, I was thinking something similar where I was like, why do they have it like that? Is there something going on that we don't know about? Because of the way that if next time you guys look at the picture, you'll look at it and you go, oh yeah.
And there's a little black piece of plastic that you look at and it's by the back and it just does not belong. And it almost looks like a fold up joystick or something like that.
Right. Well, the renders, they do kind of change a little bit. Because if you look at the size, the Sarge figure, if you tried to jam him in there, it doesn't look like it fits. So it's going to be a little bit bigger as it is. But maybe we do get something like that.
As always, is it true that Thrasher will not be included? I don't think it's even true that we're getting a Thunder Machine. I have not heard. I mean, I heard obviously in the leaks a long time ago that one is coming, but I've also heard that we're not getting it in San Diego.
Right.
So I've heard that that San Diego we should expect not to be blown away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who knows?
I did hear that they were actually going to come separate. Thrasher was going to come on a retro card and the Thunder Machine.
I've seen that. They're not doing that.
Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. I think that Thunder Machine will get Thrasher. I just don't know when we're getting it.
It's the one vehicle I would be like, definitely give me that driver. Like as we talked about before, Mark, where it's like, no, stop putting these pilots and shit in there. I don't want to spend $80.
That's true.
Let me spend $40 on this motherfucker. And you keep that figure, or whatever.
Well, if you're gonna do that, then good. Drop it by 25.
That's it.
$25.
Yep.
And just give us the figure later.
Right.
I really think that would be great. I don't think that they need to do that. I think it's fine. I don't need, especially when it's something like the Ferret and it comes with this like generic girl. I mean, I like the women soldiers, but I would like if we have Valkyries, who cares? That's such a generic figure. It's like, if you can drop the price $30, sure, why not? But
agreed.
That's good. That's a good example.
Yeah, I want a Cobra Beekeeper. Bees are scary and killed Macaulay Culkin and My Girl. That wins weirdest comment of the night, which I think Melted Copper wins weirdest comment of the night. 67% of the time.
She was bringing the heat on Saturdays to make up for not being able to come here on Mondays with us. She swinging through live from Viper Den Studios. You know, bringing it over there as well.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's true. Wait, Melted Copper Melted Copper? Are you female? I don't know why I just assume everybody's man.
I know. So but it was
Lynn Green. You know, everybody. Oh, and Davina, whatever. You just assume because at this point, most of us are 50-year-old men. Anyway.
Yeah, there was a comment on my show. I can't remember exactly what it was, but hopefully I didn't misinterpret it. It seemed pretty much, and not, you know, not that it matters either way. We love you to death.
Yeah, no, we like it if you're a woman.
Right, that'd be awesome.
But if it was a woman, we're like, "Wow, there's a woman."
You'd also be like the funniest woman I know.
It's true.
But I don't know what the comment was, so whatever.
I can't remember.
We're assuming your gender, Melted Copper, so let us know. Diaper Island says so. Whoa. Yeah, nobody cares. Never write about anything. Literally never fucking write. Okay.
You could almost just take what he says and then assume the opposite. Yeah. That's almost a safer bet.
All right. Well, we can wrap it up, I think. Let's talk about what you got going on. Roadblock, I'll ask you first because are there any ninjas in your?
There is, man. In the first wave, I gotta have one for sure.
Nice.
I mean, he's a ninja in there, and he's a special ops guy, and Destro's gonna have a story for him for sure. And but you gotta have one. I mean, I'm an 80s cat. We've been talking about it all. No, we haven't released the names of the Shadow Strike team yet, so. That's kind of going to be played into what we're coming up with. So that's kind of a big thing. So we got a Native American cat is coming out, a ninja cat. Nice. You know what I mean? So some guys, it kind of hints to G.I. Joe for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, we got a ninja cat, and he's super dope, and he does some good stuff. So I'll be doing some videos on him and some other stuff, and so I have some renders out on him already. But yeah, for sure, he's got to be one of the first figures coming out. And also, the Dark Legion has a guy who's kind of a ninja-esque guy, and I put some behind-the-scenes stuff. He's got a hood, he's got a cowl, and some other stuff. So it's going to be pretty dope.
Melted Copper is officially a man. I think what it was that Destro, you said
I am dude.
You said something about like Melted Copper said something about I wanted a lady action figure, and my mom said that makes me a lesbian or something. No, I don't know.
It was something like that. Forgive me, brother. My brother, forgive me.
What was that?
Yeah. So
my like, oh, I think Melted Copper is a woman. I'm like, nah.
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I felt like it was.
No, she was saying like your mom. It was something like I wanted a hot lady action figure, but my mom thought I would be gay.
Right. Something like that.
Gay. You're like, why do you want a hot lady action figure?
Right.
Which we all want hot lady action figures, of course, because that's
for sure.
You know, hey, I've been to Hong Kong and I've seen the 4 floors of big titty action figures that they sell.
Some of those statues are like, whoa, dude.
You can tell that and shit, but there's people who buy it. I don't know who it is, but whatever.
Yep.
All right. Officially Melted Copper, a dude. Okay.
Sorry, brother. Sorry.
Lynn Green, I mean, not a dude.
Not a dude. Got it.
Davina Duckworth, not a dude, right? Davina does not sound like and I think female. We have like 3 or 4 females that show up here.
Right. I can't. Yeah, I think it just. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So you got a ninja. What's the ninja's name? Roadblock.
Well, we haven't released the names yet.
That's coming out.
We haven't released the names, but it's coming soon. So I mean, there's some more. Like I was saying, we got some behind the scenes stuff. I do pretty much every week behind the scenes how they're being made, prototypes. You know what I mean? The durability of it, the articulation. So he's part of that group where I'm kind of showing how he's being made in the process. So he's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I think maybe around Memorial Day we should have something that's, you know, a type of media that's going to have a real deep insight into the lore and the back more backstory about what's going on. So somewhere around that time, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Meltiarp says, I can be a lady if I can crank up dirty lady jokes. You can. Yeah, you really could, because my wife likes the ladies. Plot twist of the century at Meltiarp. Yeah.
It was when I thought it was. I messaged Mark. I was like, bro, look at this shit. I would have never guessed in my life. So, but that's why it was so shocking, because it wasn't fucking true.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks, Roadblock. It was fun having you here.
No doubt. I appreciate it, brother. No doubt. Anytime, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good seeing
Dave,
you too,
what you got going on?
Still working on my pilot episode.
Nice.
Still in editing. My buddy's doing a bang up job, man. We're about halfway through it, and it's gonna be pretty cool, man. And you can follow me on X GI Dave, and I'm also doing articles for Serpentor's Lair, breaking down these cartoon episodes, kind of like real versus gritty, and take an episode and just kind of dig into it and see what the real aspect of the tune, you know, the core message is, as opposed to just the lasers and stuff like that. Because some of it is actually good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
we talked about one of the episodes where Slipstream uses a satellite killer missile, and that actually happened in '85. There was an F-15 pilot that took a satellite killer mission and went straight up and shot this satellite, and talk about like hitting a 15,000 mile an hour pebble with another pebble. It's amazing. So the cartoon duplicated that. Awesome.
Donna Pop says, you're all headed to SDCC. No, but I know our friend R.A. Rain
is going. Yeah,
because he lives right next to it. So
awesome.
As Holy says, I have tits. Doesn't that make me a woman? I got like an A cup, so I don't think so.
Hold on, can they be milked?
Right.
I mean, you spent enough time, apparently.
Put enough effort into anything, you know.
An A cup, you know, they're not going to do any good for you, but I wouldn't say I don't have time.
Right.
Whatever, 50-year-old man, what are you going to do? I'm the dude collecting the battalion of anime. Hey, I did buy this one, which is a little.
Oh, those are awesome, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that is
a teenage anime girl, but she's relatively not sexualized.
Yeah, and so the weapons
I don't have
are.
a problem with that either. I'm fine with it. I sexualize action figures all the time.
So anybody that wants some good weapons, that's called Tomitech Armory, that goes with those figures, and their little model kits. You can pick out any weapon that you can think of, and it is absolute. It will come with anything, any type of equipment, slide on rails, all of it works. They're like $10, $15, $20 models. Like, they have a good 50 cal for Roadblock, but that one's expensive.
Are they like classified size? Because right now,
absolutely,
for her is this little gun, which doesn't feel like it's classified size, but she fits in. She's about the size. I would say she's probably the size of a schoolgirl compared to a classified.
Yeah, I've got a couple Tomitech Armory guns. I think they're on my guys now, but they're fantastic, man. Yeah.
One girlfriend used the pronoun along. Describe my lower half. Maybe I am a lady.
Okay. On the fence with that one. You never know. That could go one way or the other.
Amazing. So good.
That's good.
That was a good one.
Melted Copper won the comments again.
Always, you win the comments always.
Every time.
Very nice. All right, awesome. So we're looking forward to your first episode there. Cool. Dave, let me know.
Will do for sure.
Right, SOE or a B? Yeah, I'm creeping up on a B. Okay, I'm saying I'm an A right now. Catch me in 3 weeks, I'll be a B. Catch me in a year, I'll be a D.
Right. One more long winter, and who knows what's gonna happen.
Hey, if I get a D cup, I'm staying home.
I'm
staying home playing in the mirror.
Right.
Only you in the mirror, right?
100%.
I won't need to leave the house. I'll be entertained. Let me tell you.
Right.
Anyway, Destro Designs. What are you gonna go?
What if you could only afford one? Would you still do it?
I am Destro Designs Viper Den Studios on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads. Destro Designs for all things G.I. Joe, toy related, but anything about the podcast. And Viper Den Studios is my finished photography and videos. That's the way I've been trying to separate it. We do live from Viper Den Studios on Saturday nights. This coming Saturday, we have the gentleman that runs the account Toy Picks Photography on Twitter. He does amazing photography. He has his own thing on Monday. I think he's actually on right now. So I usually have to go back with the replay squad, but I talked to him a few times. Seems like a great guy. I'm excited to talk about all the toy photography to no end. I've had honestly, I've had the best toy photographers on, with the exception of Matt from Shooting the Galaxy. I haven't had him on yet, but everybody else that I deem to be the best photographers I've had on, and this guy now completes the cube of the best. So I'm excited for that. You can catch me here on Monday nights. Brother Mark, so kind to always have me. I really enjoy coming here. It's like my favorite part of the week. Tuesdays and Fridays, I am dropping articles over on Serpentor's Lair. The one that you're going to see tomorrow is I'm doing a quick explanation of what my top 10 3 3/4 figures actually are, because I've had some people ask. They're like, do you have like, how many figures are in your top 10? It's not 10. It's like 24. That's not a joke. I just have, certain
top 10. It gives me like fifth.
I know it's brutal. I try to get better with that. But also the thing is too, is like, there's like 3 different types of top 10s. There's the ones that I had and was obsessed with. There's the ones that basically then you can have a whole separate list of ones that like I didn't have, like the Snow Serpent I didn't get till way later, but I think that's like arguably one of the best 3 3/4 figures of any fucking line ever, but it's not in my top 10 because I didn't get it until I was like practically on my way out the door with collecting. So yeah, make sure you catch that tomorrow. And then again on Friday, there's another one there. You can catch me working on Shadow Strike with my brother Roadblock. Again, thrilled to be involved in that. And I've definitely got a bunch of ideas right now. I'm like scattered notes, and it's all going to come together. Like I said, right around Memorial Day, we should have that nice booklet for everybody to check out. And then you'll really have a good idea of the beef of what's going to happen in the comics. So I'm definitely excited for that. Also, I am working on a G.I. Joe story with my brother Sean from Complete Carnage Photography. He just has...
He's good.
He's so good. He has ideas that are like this, and he can do so much in like 5 sentences that you're just like, it's so good. So I'm very excited for that. We just have a Google Doc. We've been going back and forth. And every time I say something and he's like, he comes back with an idea and I'm like, wow, this is, usually I'm critical of stuff, right? I look at the things that we kind of threw together right now and I'm very excited. So no real idea of when that's going to come together. I think we're going to use our own photography with our own words to make something cool. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's that. Where you catch me in any of those places.
I'm gonna say you are inspiring me, because I'm gonna do some photography with something. I picked this up from Joe Fest. It's the most realistic post system, and I mean it's about as real as it gets. And I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna go to the field across from my house. And I'm gonna get with a shovel and I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna actually take some pictures for the first time and try and do what some of you cats do with magic. So
there you go, bro. It's awesome. For sure.
Nice.
Popco Frenzy says next week Destro counts down his favorite 350.
Well, this is the best show on YouTube. Thank you, Dreadnought. We appreciate that. Your mom is very cool to name your brother Roadblock. Yeah. I don't even know her real name. What is your real name, Roadblock?
Steve. Yeah.
Steve. All right.
Yeah, Steve. Super basic. Yeah.
I just don't use anybody's names. All right. What do I got going down? I am currently doing I started doing like analysis of like a single character. I did it on Firefly, I did it on Destro.
And they were both amazing.
And I'm gonna be doing that on everybody. So that's what I'm working on.
Who's next?
Nice.
Baroness, Zartan, the Dreadnoks. Awesome. Maybe Snake Eyes, but it's so big.
Right.
Man,
that's a two-parter, probably, right? Snake Eyes.
Well, because I'm trying to do every figure, and that's tough with Snake Eyes because there's like, So that's what I'm gonna be. Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
working on.
awesome.
Yeah,
No,
and
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm also working with the mythology of She-Ra. But yeah. All
I,
right.
it came up in my YouTube feed the other day, and I'll always bring it up. It's the mythology you did on the Predator. I fucking love that one. I love that one. There's like literally 30 different facts that I did not know about the Predator, and I grew up loving the Predator. I actually felt like I was like, how did I not know any of this shit? They're called a Yautja. I had no idea. Like when you first said it, I was like, you're fucking kidding me. They have a name. It was the Predator, you know. So yeah. If you're not watching, if you're unfamiliar with any of Mark's videos, just go start at the top. Start with the mythology of G.I. Joe. That's the first one I saw, and just go down the list, and you'll be hours into it before you realize you've been watching it for hours. Shit's that good.
I still love Buzzer video. I still love that one.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. That's probably one of my favorites. That's top 5.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
Hey, yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Well, I'll back. You know, we were gone for 2 weeks, but literally I never go on vacation. So
right. I still can't believe our vacations lined up like that.
Yeah, I know. So we'll be back, and we probably won't be away again, at least for a year.
Right. No, we won't miss a Monday till next year.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see everybody.
See
All right, guys.
By the way, I am working on Meldscaber Conan. Yeah, I'm going to be doing the
Ooh.
Now we're talking.
It's a big one.
We're talking.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women.
Yes.
Yes.
Love those movies, man. You watch Conan 1, still holds up today, man.
No question.
Remember
no question,
Conan?
Dave, no question.
Conan and Beastmaster. I remember back to back, and
I'm into Beastmaster just for the redhead. That's cool. Everything else is cool.
Dude,
Conan, don't stop, man.
Pogo,
Chrome. Dulce of Doom, I'm all in, man.
Yeah.
That's
James Earl Jones. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
man.
Yes.
All right. See you next week.
Later, y'all.
Yes.